I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rappa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Oh, okay. We back in it now.
Yet, only one Buster left to head.
Snuff them out.
The ultimate in hand, the Empress looks quite.
They're scared. I don't need cameras to see that.
It is
I almost pity them.
Not healthy at all. He has to get a kill. And
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
defenders keep moving. The head clone. Got bad timing because Kappa's gonna pick him up. But there were kills across the board. Kappa's the last man standing. And that is gonna be Saint Rebellious Gaming knocking out GE and making it over to the quarterfinals.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. I'm C. I'm going to be your host and caster for the day, joined by Aggressive, and we're here today for the final series in terms of the lower bracket semifinals. All of these teams fighting it out for their chance to continue in this tournament and for their chance to make it to that lower bracket final stage as we get close to finals weekend. The action hyping up, the tension hyping up, and the excitement certainly hyping up as well. Aggressive, are you feeling the hype?
I'm really feeling this hype. Even though I'm sick myself, when you see these teams going head to head, I feel reinvigorated. I want to get into this really quickly. And these lower bracket finals are going to be the deciding factor moving forward. And both of these teams, they have a vengeance story written inside of them.
Yeah, and on that note, let's take a look at the map screen for this matchup between SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT and Rebellious Gaming. Now, we have Ascent, Bind, and Haven. And for both of these teams, it's this storyline coming into Series 4. It's been very much about what progress you can show. Rebellious, a known name from Series 1, but SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, very much a newer team to this stage. A team that has sort of just proven itself time and time again. And today, they're going to look to prove themselves by beating the known name in Rebellious. I think this matchup is extremely close, and I think Ascent, a perfect match to start it off for both teams. Now we go into agent select. We're gonna look at the picks coming out. Instantly you see Clone pick up his classic Raze. I think that's one to keep your eye on. Buster is the second person I'm gonna keep my eye on if he's gonna pick up the Phoenix or Reyna. Expect him to be on the duelist role though. For the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, very standard picks come out all throughout. I expect Love to be picking up the Jet. Otherwise it's Bond on that Phoenix. We know how deadly he can be.
This is one of those far cries from the strategies that we normally see coming out from Rebellious. They are not really opting to go for those triple duelers. They finally picked up that Cypher. And I keep stating this over and over and over again that having that Cypher pick is just going to be a completely different ball game when you have it on Ascent. When you have that triple duelist composition, I understand that you want to do what you do best. You want to be aggressive. You want to take those aim duels. But at the same time, when you have that Cypher, it changes a lot. You can be aggressive. You can play defensively. And you can change up your strategies. Not being one-dimensional that triple duo strategy normally makes you.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen recently in this series, Strokey switch onto the Omen pick to allow the Cypher to come through for Rebellious Gaming, and it has really proved fruitful for them. But Buster on the Reyna. Now, we don't get to see this often. We have seen this a couple of times before, but the times we have seen this, it was not as as impactful as you could expect it to be, given the consistency of Buster. So I'm going to keep my eye on him, see if he can just pop off the game like we expect Buster to. Going into the map though, for SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, very standard picks overall. We've seen every single one of their agents on these exact picks before. Love on the Jet, Bond on the Phoenix, Nepu on that Cypher, Juwin on that Sova, and finally Appa on the Omen. So for SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, very much comfort coming through and not much changes. But now Rebellious on the attack, they're going to look to make the impact starting off. It's going to be 4 of them pushing through A lane. It's going to be Love finding the first kill onto Slaykovsky though, and instantly the spike carrier is down. All of their team towards the mid area, and now they have to recollect, step back, go towards a spike, and Love doing extremely well to take down Slaykovsky, get that first blood in this first round for SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT.
I was so quick and so fast. That one member going down was like in a matter of absolute seconds. I didn't even know what just happened in that situation. And Slaykovsky already went down. There is no flank watch available for the entirety of Rebellious. Side control has been established on the spike, has gone down, but leaving them in a 3 versus 4 scenario, it is going to be really difficult. 3 members are going to be coming up from the heaven side and 1 coming out from the garden. The recon bolt has been destroyed, but it seems as though Juve, when he chimes in with his own headshot, being able to take out 1, it's going to be Strokey answering back with his own, but Nepu went up, clean it all up with 1 headshot each. 1 on the top side, 1 on the back of A main to clean it all up and get the spike defused. three members are going to be able to stay alive. They keep their goals. Moving into the next round, I do not believe that Say Them With Respect are going to be going in for a buy, or they could if they do not feel confident using the Ghost.
Given the fact that Say Them With Respect, they end up winning this round, I expect all of them, with the exception of Love, to go for the buy. We've seen this from Love before. After they win the first round, we usually see him stick to the Ghost so he can pick up the Operator in the third or the fourth round, using the win to sort of stabilize their economy, to be able to pick up that expensive weapon later into the rounds. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard, see the loadouts for both the teams, because for the side of Rebellious, expect eco rounds. As I said, for Slay Them With Respect, 4 Spectres coming through. Just Love with that save, with that Ghost, looking for that Operator pickup. For Rebellious, eco round throughout, just 4 Sheriffs coming through, and we'll have to look for those one-taps that we know Rebellious very much capable of. Now Love waiting through Catwalk, will look for the kills inside his Bond, finding one, but Tchaikovsky instantly able to find the return back to make it 1-for-1 for either teams. Right now, Say Them With Respect, they haven't really got any loss to their economy because the only person they lost was the Ghost Holder. So they have to try to prevent from losing any more of these Spectres and making sure that their economy is not hurt. For Rebellious, it's the exact opposite. It's about trying to get as many picks as you can, trying to cause as much chaos as you can, and hurt that economy for the side of Slay Them With Respect. Now Rebellious, they got to pick down at A, now looking to rotate towards B. It's going to be Appa holding it down from B main, though we'll get that first kill onto Khan, and now the rest of Rebellious slowly but surely looking for the rotation. Now Bond versus Strokey. Strokey will find the one tap, make it 3v3 on the map, and with just 40 seconds left to go, Rebellious, they need to commit now.
3 versus 3 is the situation right now, ladies and gentlemen. And some guns have been picked up by the side of Rebellious, but at the same time, their HP is so low, and they're getting swarmed on by the entirety of Say Them With Respect. It's going to be one of those difficult rounds, but Strokey couldn't go and pick up the gun at that exact same situation, and Appa is able to take him down. But this is going to be a heavy execute going onto the B side. It's going to be Cologne, Tchaikovsky, base bought out Juven on the back end, but Juven, he has his own headshots to chime in, and he's just dinking them left, right, and center, and taking them back home and serving them up on a platter. And Slay Them With Respect take it 2-0 for that eco round, but that's still, that was a lot of damage being done by the entirety of Rebellious. They took away 2 guns at the bare minimum. They couldn't get the spike plant, so I would say it's not really that successful of an eco round, but still good job indeed.
Yeah, the fact that Slay Them With Respect lose a couple guns will be some sort of silver lining for Rebellious. But Slay Them With Respect, they'll be fine with it given the fact that they're the ones who pick up the round. They're the team who will now be able to pick up the Operator for Love. And we know how devastating he can be with the Operator. So you have to keep your eye on Love. And Rebellious, they have to make sure that they play it accordingly. But now Rebellious, they went for the eco last round. They have to buys this round. And this is the round for them to be able to fight it back. The Recon Bolt will reveal Khan. But Juven playing it extremely smart, not willing to commit unnecessarily, understanding that he's the one at the weapon disadvantage with that Spectre, just playing it slow and waiting it out. Now Bond and Love is setting up his kill corner, and Lord is going to find his way out of it and find Bond though, but Love with the Operator able to find the return kill. With just 1 bullet left, Love looking through that scope, trying to find the side of Tchaikovsky. It's going to be instead 1-for-1 for either teams, and Love will take out Strokey. The spike is at mid, and Rebellious with a man disadvantage, they need to go back towards the spike and try to recollect, and this is looking like an increasingly difficult round for them with that time running out.
Love the way that Slay Them With Respect is actually playing a lot of these rounds. They're playing it together and they're not taking any risks whatsoever, except for Bondef. He loves to go in for the mid peaks. We all know that he does that whenever he plays the map.
30 seconds
Love
left.
and Bondef. These are the 2 people that you have to keep your eye on. They're never in a predictable fashion, and that is why they're so dangerous. But at the same time, it's gonna be Tchaikovsky not checking his right side corner, does get caught off guard, leaving Official Buster in a 1v3 scenario. He knows for a fact that there's one guy sitting on the back end, but it's gonna be Defu chiming in with his own shots from the side of heaven, raining death from above to take it all away from the side of Rebellious. 3-0 is the scoreline, and this round left something to be desired for. It seems as the Rebellious, they didn't really know where to go. And that is what hurt them the most, because indecisiveness against such a team as Slay Them With Respect, knowing that they play unpredictably, you can never be sure of which side they're going to be playing. They just always switch it up. Their defensive halves, I see them sometimes there's 3 stacks on A, there's sometimes 2 stacks on mid, making sure that the mid control is there. Sometimes there are 3 stacks on B, and then the mid and A are just 1 players while the others rotate in immediately. There's so much that they can do, and they're doing it every single time. The Rebellious, they're crumbling under that pressure.
Yeah, you can see now again, once again, going for that switch up in strategy with that 3-man stack in B. Love going for the aggressive peek down B main, ends up missing his shot though, and that's gonna give information to the side of Rebellious regarding the positioning of their operator. With 4 members towards A, they're going to go for that. But Bond holding it down in A garden will find the double on Tchaikovsky and Strokey, and that's gonna mean the spike carrier is down, and Bond, he has his ultimate ready. He's gonna spot out the Cypher right here. Will not be able to take him down, just 42 HP. He's gonna pop up the firewall to get his healing through as much as possible. Now, Bond still has his run back, could use it to get secure a possible quarter or ace for him. But Appa playing through that Cypher cage will find the headshot. Nepu with another will mean 5v1 for Slaythen with respect, and a flawless round finished off by Nepu.
No one left
I mean,
to
I
send the
think
message.
I definitely agree.
well.
For Slaythen with respect, it's always about switching up the strategies and being extremely versatile with how they approach a particular round, even in defense. But I think what is very common about the way they play, or rather very consistent, is their patience. Very willing to just take a step back and wait for the other team to take a step forward, wait for the other team to make the unnecessary push and get caught off guard, and then use that advantage to complete that round in their favor. Slaythen with respect able to make it 4-0 now, and with the running back ready for Bond, I'm expecting fireworks to come through.
Running back, and he's charging himself up for it. You can already see he's itching to go out of that door. It only has 12 seconds left on the clock. There was a pause, but we can see Botnep. He's like running around, being like, Nepu, I'm gonna be going in. Nepu, I'm going in. I'm gonna be using my ultimate. You can see it all, and it's gonna be a very hectic fight indeed. If Bond is able to get at least 1 or 2 kills off with that running back, it's gonna put an entire stop to them. And here comes the cavalry. It's gonna be Bond going in for the push, but he does get caught out immediately. It's gonna be official Buster chiming in with his own headshot to take him out. And a very fast push and a very fast execute. It's probably gonna be coming out on this A main side. Side has still not been thrown into just yet. Bone not really opting to go in with the aggressive play, but it's gonna be official Buster straight through a smoke. Be able to take one on the Bond there. And this is gonna put them in one of those scenarios, ladies and gentlemen. Love, he's just gonna be stuck on that garden side. Nepu, he is facing off against Strokey. The Dark Summer, I guess, not yet dismissed, but Nepu is way too quick, being able to take one on the Strokey, evening up the playing field just a little bit more. 4 versus 4 is the scenario going into the post plan. And let's see how they retake the site.
Reaper situation, but the Empress spot. Empress denied by Love, though. Love finds one, Love finds another headshot. Onto Tchaikovsky. Nepu with the third makes it 3v2. Khan able to return a kill, but Juin there to finish it off and make it 5-0 for Slaythen with respect. This was the second buy round coming out for Rebellious, and they're not able to close it out, meaning now Slaythen with respect with a massive advantage going into this next few rounds. For Rebellious Gaming, I expect the next round to come through with force buys from the money they have from this lose streak. And with those force buys, I expect a couple of light shields. So they need to pull it back the next round. Otherwise, their economy is going to get significantly damaged. And they're not going to be able to find the room to be able to maneuver around that damage. Because Slaythen with respect, they're very much a team that gives the respect to their opponents and on acknowledging that their opponents very capable of making plays, and that's where you see the immense amount of discipline come out for Slaythen with respect, and that discipline becomes very hard to beat. Now you see the buys coming out for Rebellious, 3 light shields for them, so this round is going to be absolutely instrumental for them to be able to pull it back if they can find a comeback. Now Love with the operator repositioning himself, but Buster, he's already taking control of the mid, and Love going for the updraft will just end up getting caught out by Buster. Now Buster using that dismiss to find a couple more members, but it's going to be Juin holding down B side, able to find the return kill for Clone. Appa holding it in the off angle, able to find another, but Khan backing up his teammate finds one, brings out the neural theft in a 3v3 situation. It's Rebellious with the information.
Rebellious do have the information, and they're gonna be storming down into a side, leaving the poor old Juven on the back end. It's gonna be Strokey chiming in with his own 2 kills, making sure he's catching off any sort of rotations coming out back from the A side. And this is what I love to see coming out from teams. 2 members storm the side, knowing that there's not really... Okay, knowing that you are on mid, you were able to take out Love, you took out that mid player, and now you know for a fact that, okay, using the neural test, there's only one guy on site. Make sure and Strokey made sure that he held the CT angle while the other two players were storming down into the site so that no backup could come in. At least he was able to slow them down. Even if the kills didn't come through in that scenario, he was able to slow them down, allowing his teammates to safely take control of the site against Juven while he cleaned up the last few remaining members in the back end. A perfectly executed attacking half coming out from the side of Rebellious. And this is what they need to keep on doing. They need to put the pressure. They need to hit the gas pedals and go up against Slaythem with respect toe to toe, because it seems as though in some situations they just feel lost, and it's gonna be love with his operator. He unscopes at the worst timing, and Clone, he finds that headshot taking him out. Clone finds another one coming in from the side, and it seems like a bloodbath is opened enough for the entirety of Slaythem with respect, and it seems like the floodgates are open as well for the side of Rebellious.
You can see Slaythem with respect caught a little bit off guard, and Appa going for the aggressive Omen teleport ends up getting caught out by a very smart taunt, meaning Rebellious with that 5v2 advantage. But Juven with that shock dart able to find a kill onto Khan, make it 2v4 for Slaythem with respect. Now both of these members for Slaythem with respect, that is Juven and Nepu, they have their ultimates, but Strokey lurking in the shadows of that dark cover, able to take down Juven and leave Nepu as that last man standing. Now he might elect to go for the save, but given the fact that they have a significant economic advantage before coming into this round, he might just end up going for the plays. Instead, he's looking to just wait in the corner for someone to push out, to catch someone out, to hurt the economy of Rebellious Gaming with the exit frags. Finds the kill onto official Buster, but now with his location revealed, has to start moving and relocating, because you can see all of Rebellious swarming on every single side, looking for that kill onto Nepu.
Oh my god!
Using the satchel pack to just explode into our view and take him down with that headshot. Rebellious Gaming, they seem to have found their groove now with 5-2.
This is what happens when you change up your strategies a bit too much. When you show too much to your opponents, Rebellious, they're gonna be knowing the flaws of your defensive strategy, and they are a team that can adapt really quickly. Them going down 5 rounds was not really that big of a deal, because now that they have understood how the entirety of Slaythem with respect are playing, they already broke down all of their strategies, and the best way to deal with them is actually taking mid control and then forcing the operator off as much as you can. They have 2 agents which are really good at it, being the Raze with the Pain Shells and of course the Reyna Lear. And Love, he's one of those operator players that has so much patience that he's going to be waiting out in his favorite angles to take down what he can. It's going to be Psychoski though, chiming in with his own kill with the Hunter's Fury and official Buster. He takes down one as well. It's going to be a stare down fight coming out from Strokey and Appa, but Strokey comes in massive with that headshot, being able to take him out, and it's gonna be another round again for the side of Rebellious. They're just cleaning them up one after the next. It seems as though this is a completely new Rebellious Gaming.
That flawless round is gonna do wonders for Rebellious's economy and do a significant bit of damage to Slaythem with respect, because for them, like, going into the next round, they have to go for the eco, because otherwise they're not going to be able to afford the full buys into the next round. Now, Slaythem with respect, they've significantly sort of built themselves up with this 5-round win streak, but now Rebellious fighting back, rebelling back, one might say, and pushing forward. A flawless round really does set the tempo. We'll have to see if Rebellious can continue that tempo. For now though, Rebellious doing exactly as you mentioned, trying to get mid control as much as possible to allow Buster to be able to funnel through and then find frag after frag and push in. Buster gonna use a second Lear, but instead it's gonna be Love with that place storm, going for the updraft, finding the kill. Strokey finds the return, but Appa right there to back him up and find the second kill. It's Slaythem with respect, even though on that eco round with the advantage. We'll have to see if they can push through. Now Love gives away his positioning by using that smoke, and Strokey able to mow him down. Strokey looking to help his team take control of B-side, but he's just trying to get as much pressure as he can, because the spike slowly but surely rotating towards A.
It's making the rotation, but when you have a player like Karn holding down the flank routes, he does find one of the bond there, but Appa, he's chilling out on the market angle, being able to take out another one. But Psychoski, he's lurking down onto that A side, and Strokey, he's selling this B side execute so well. Nepu, he's gonna be making his way down onto this B side, but no spike has just gone down here. Nepu being able to upgrade to a gun. He has 125 HP to his name going into the clutch scenario. 1 versus 2, and he's gonna be taking first contact against Strokey. Strokey being at very low HP. Nepu with a very good headshot chimes in and cleans them up, leaving Psychoski in a 1v1 scenario. is going to be Nepu using the cyber cages on Heaven to see how far he can get. Slowly checking all of his corners, back corners in the end. But he's going to be jumping down. And Tchaikovsky, he's playing it smart. But Nepu, when he has pristine aim, he's not going to be losing it out. This man in these clutch scenarios are just absolutely beautiful to watch, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the showing is going to be. Nepu on this Cypher, he seems indestructible.
Nepu coming up, huge that round, brings out the neural theft to get the information of the 1v1, and then knowing the positioning of Tchaikovsky, uses that Cypher cage to get this tiny bit of parkour set up for himself, takes that run up, and then able to go for the jump right behind the tin box, meaning he has the advantage of knowing when he looks for the peek onto Tchaikovsky, and he is able to find the headshot and take down Tchaikovsky. Beautiful bit of parkour coming in from Nepu to secure his position behind that inbox and secure his advantageous peak, and lastly secure that clutch round for Slay Them With Respect. Slay Them With Respect now 6-3, will be looking to push further with the operator back in Love's hands. He's looking for that peek down A garden. It's instead going to be Bond finding that kill onto Buster, and that Reyna not as consistent as you expect Buster to really be on this map, and I feel like that really is what's causing the difference. Now for Rebellious Gaming, Clone, he's taken control of mid. He's looking down the mid-market angle, waiting in the mid-pizza, waiting for someone to step back up. And Rebellious, they're going to use the pressure and the control got by Clone to slowly but surely move on to mid. Now smoking out the mid-CT angle to look forward to that push. This is putting Slay Them With Respect in a difficult situation, but you can see the discipline coming out. They're willing to take a step back to allow Rebellious to take the site and then go for the retake.
Going in for these retake scenarios for their side is going to be really good, but at the same time, Rebellious, they're not yet executing on the side. Understand you're playing down the clock. Clone holding on the back end, making sure he's going to be able to catch any sort of rotation. But Clone, if he takes this peek, this is going to be really dangerous for him. But it's going to be Appa going down on the Strokey, and he looks back at the worst possible moment when his team was already established side control. It's going to be Tchaikovsky being able to chime on the 2, and the spike is going to be going down into a 3 versus 3 scenario. And in the back end, it's going to be Karn taking down one of the Bond dev. But Appa, he's stepping up to his own plane. He takes down one on the backside as well. Karn going in for the spray, goes in for the mow down. Able to find another one. It's going to be Appa getting caught out by the neural theft. He's just going to be sticking down in the spike. It's going to be Karn jumping down from the heaven side. And Appa, he comes out on top with that jiggle spray, being able to take out Karn for the win. It seems that Appa for the win instead is in season, ladies and gentlemen. And Slay Them With Respect, take it to 7-3.
With beautiful plays in that round, using that Omen ultimate to perfection, because this is how you use that Omen ultimate in a reactionary manner, using it to close out Tchaikovsky's move from A main and take down Tchaikovsky, and then going towards the side, knowing that with the neural theft, like on the side of Rebellious Gaming, the Cypher on Khan, very unlikely to go for the immediate peak, so he goes for the half diffuse. But I honestly thought when he did not stop at the half diffuse, he was gonna get caught out. But the game sense from Appa reigns supreme, looks up at the exactly right time to be able to pick off the Rebellious Gaming and clutch out yet another round for Slay Them With Respect. Appa with that 4K that round, making it 7-3 for Slay Them With Respect. And now in this next round, it's going to be Nepo picking it up. Running back gets popped by Bond, but he's not going to find any kills as such. Just going to get a bunch of information and then push back for himself. Now Rebellious, they're going for the aggressive push into side. It's going to be Tchaikovsky getting the first kill, Tchaikovsky getting the second, and with the spike planted, it's a 3v3 situation. Nepo will get one to make it even Stevens on the board, and now it's going to be up to Slay Them With Respect to go for that retake. Buster, he has the Empress pop, so you have to keep an eye on him. Appa will get one more, and now Appa looking for no. Nepu will find his third. Retakes just reign supreme every single time for Slay Them With Respect.
Retake from them is just absolutely incredible, and just as I say it again, they're just closing out these rounds so quickly. What do we analyze at this point? It seems the Rebellious, them taking map control, yes, they are taking it out, but at the same time, when they're taking map control, they're not trusting their teammates to take site control at the same time. And that is happening over and over and over again. They're establishing map control, yes, but they're establishing it too late. Sometimes they're establishing it early, but they're giving up the map control when they try to look back into the site, thinking that their teammates are gonna die in a lot of these scenarios. It seems as though the team synergy is not really there coming out on this map, and Slay Them With Respect, they just have complete trust in every single one of their teammates and everything that they do, that they're getting the one-up advantage against Rebellious every single time.
Slay them with respect with this systematic plays, this dismantling the chaos that the Rebellious Gaming brings, and now Love going for that peek down at B main. Will find the first kill onto Khan, and Rebellious Gaming in a very sticky situation. Rebellious Gaming with this round, they have a chance to get to magic number 4, but Slay them with respect refuse the same. Bond will find a couple, make it 5v2 to Slay them with respect, and Love misses a few shots. It's gonna end up being Clone taking him down. It's just last man standing for Clone and Tchaikovsky to try to pull off a miraculous 2v4 and get to magic number 4 for Rebellious Gaming. But given the systematic playstyle of Slay them with respect, the fact that they're always willing to take an extra step back and wait it out, it looks like a very difficult round for Rebellious.
Rebellious, I love the way that they're executing this time around, going up to that A short, taking as much control as possible, but at the same time, when you die on these lurks, when you die on these trades, the lurk needs to be very, very accurate, and it's gonna be Clone though, chiming in with his own triple kills. It is answering back to all of the prayers of the fans at home for the side of Rebellious. And of course, put your hashtags of your
30
favorite
seconds
teams
left.
down in the chat so you can show them the support, because Rebellious Gaming, they're gonna be needing all the support in the world going up against the Juggernaut. It seems this time around. That is what Slay them with respect. And Clone, he nearly got the ace, but he's not gonna be able to fight him. But Tchaikovsky with that jump and headshot comes out massive on that quick scope, cleaning it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, taking it to an 8-4 is gonna be Rebellious. They're answering back so well.
Clone and Tchaikovsky in a 2v4 situation play that extremely well, but mostly it was just Clone winning duel after duel, picking up a 4k for himself. In this situation, almost gets the ace, but Nepo denies him. But Tchaikovsky is there to back his teammate up and get that final kill and get to magic number 4 for Rebellious Gaming. Now, Rebellious Gaming, they're gonna go onto the defensive side, and they need to try to make sure that they are able to show the same amount of proficiency and discipline that Slay them with respect did. Because the one thing we do know about Slay them with respect on attacking is that they're very patient and very willing to make those rotations if necessary. And that's where you find the really scary aspect of Slay them with respect. Right now, it's gonna be just a Cypher in the form of Nepu using the camera to clear out mid, and then going with his team for that A site execute. With the dark cover and the paranoia coming through, it's gonna be Love dashing in aggressively into A site. Love looking for the picks. Khan though, he's patient. He's waiting for his team to come through, not revealing himself just yet, but that recall bolt will reveal his location, and the rest of his team right there with him. Bond able to find the first kill onto Khan, and with all members of Rebellious Gaming sort of funneled into the same position, it's going to be a hard retake. Now you can see on the map that the camera from Nepo ends up spotting out Buster. He has to give up his flank and now come towards his team. Clone is going to find one kill though, but Bond and Juin holding it down strong, able to pick up Heaven advantage and now get the return kills for Slay them respect. Buster coming through into the side, though finds a double, and it's going to be 1v2 just for Buster. Buster with his third, looking for his fourth.
This is Buster at its finest. He's going in his 1v1 scenario, and he's going to be able to fight it all. Official Buster. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's busted down all them doors, and this is going to be so close on the spike, but it's not going to work out. He just needed one more second, but that was a showing itself, ladies and gentlemen. That was so close. And CA, I could see that happening in your background. He's like, oh, come on, the spike is just about to go. If we just got that 1 second earlier, that would have been so good. But saying with respect, they played the clock down to perfection, and they were gonna be able to find it. Well played coming out from the side of Slay with respect, and a good try from the side of Rebellious Gaming to take that round. But at the same time, they did lose this round, but they can actually use this to their advantage coming into the next round. This is a momentum shift for them being able to get all of these kills. Even if the spike did explode, they can still work on it and build up from there.
Yeah, Buster getting that 4k will certainly help the morale of Rebellious Gaming, but right now it's Slay them with respect with that win in that round and able to pick up the buys for them going into the next. This is Slay them with respect, taking mid control in this round, looking for the double digits for themselves. Khan will get revealed by that Rapfire, ends up getting taken down by Nepu on that lurk, and it's gonna mean Slay them with respect, using that pressure to push into sight. Appa finds a kill onto Clone, but before that, able to find the one tap onto Juven, makes it 4v3 for Slay them with respect. Now Bond Bond will find the plant, and now you can see all of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT going for the right positioning. Nepu is still on the lurk, able to take down Buster, and I have to give so much props to Nepu because I feel like the last 1 or 2 seconds in that round was caused by the denial of the flank of Buster. Bond will find one, and this should be a comfortable round for SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT.
I feel bad for Tchaikovsky. He takes a peek, he gets dinged through the wall. He takes another peek, he gets dinged again by Bondef. Like, it's just a dinking territory left, right, and center. But Strokey, he's actually answering back hard. I thought that this was not going to be happening, but it is, ladies and gentlemen. Strokey takes out 3. He's looking for the 3rd. Goes in for the dash, and it's Strokey!
Yeah, but not enough time left.
Again.
Finds the 4K.
Again.
This is what I mean aggressive. SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they play the game in a systematic, foolproof manner. They're like, you might be able to flex on us with your skill, you might be able to get the 4Ks on us every single time, but we will wait it out, we will pay it patiently, and we will get the round. SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT with double digits, but a beautiful eco round coming out for Rebellious Gaming. Even though they don't pick up the round, they get all of the guns out of the way, and going into the next round, they're gonna have the eco advantage.
Every single time, I'm like, these guys are absolutely insane, but SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they're just way too quick every single time. They're trying their hardest, but at the same time, it seems as though SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they're trading blow for blow. The way that they're playing, the systematic playstyle that they are bringing down to the table, they're playing down with the clock instead of playing for the kills. This is why they're winning a lot of these rounds here. Stats don't even matter whatsoever. You are here to win it all. And ladies and gentlemen, they're just showing that it's going to be Appa chilling on the back corner, able to take the contact that Jupin made in his favor. Official Buster, he takes out one as well, coming in from the side. It's gonna be Strokey slowly moving in from his end. He finds one kill on the love. He has the paranoia in hand, uses it out, but it's gonna be Bondef with that bulldog. Being able to clean it up, Tchaikovsky chimes in from the back end, being able to take out Appa as he's pushing in through short. It's gonna be leaving Bondef in a 2 versus 1 scenario, ladies and gentlemen. He is gonna be pincered off really quickly if he doesn't get this spike as of right now, but Tchaikovsky, he's making his way up from that back angle, and he's playing it smart. He's actually backing off, knowing that Bondef can go in for rotation play, but he's looking back and slowly shifting his way
30
towards
seconds
the
left.
A side.
Now, you can see Bond and Tchaikovsky, they're both almost just waiting around for each other, waiting for the other player to make a mistake. But Bond, he's made that full rotation through A now onto Catwalk, but he's running now and he's making a bunch of noise, and this is revealing his location. Bond, he made that wrap around perfectly, but was not expecting both Tchaikovsky and Buster to be waiting down in that A main angle. Decided to run with the time running out, gave away his location, ends up getting down. And SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they went for the buys into that round. So the fact that Rebellious able to pick up that round will mean that now Rebellious, having won the buy round, they have the tempo in their favor and a chance to push back and actually be able to convert the 4Ks they were getting in the first few rounds.
Rebellious, that round really worked out in their favor. This is probably the momentum shift that they needed after the 2 very, let's say, disappointing rounds, I would say, after getting a lot of those kills, after all of those eco frags that you had on your side. Not getting those rounds, it's going to be hurting a lot, but on a 10-5 scoreline, they still live a chance. But Strokey! Oh my god, with this bulldog! He is going in massive! He just got some disgusting kills. Cologne as well with his own sprayed out. That is dangerous when Rebellious are getting bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Strokey with the fast peak. He has reinvigorated his entire team. All of those plays were building up to these moments. These players are firing up. Their aim has warmed up as well. And Strokey, we need to see this again. This big shot and another one into the flick shot. All of these coming down. It was absolutely beautiful.
Strokey is just absolutely popping off himself and popping heads left, right, center. First with that 4K in the second round of this attacking half. Now in the 4th round, the headshots with the bulldog. Oh my god, that was disgustingly clean coming in from Strokey to pick up that round for Rebellious Gaming. Rebellious picking up a flawless round will mean that now their economy gets that chance to recover and they have the opportunity to perhaps pick up an operator. They're not going to choose to do so, and Bond now dashing in aggressively with the help of Bond, able to find the first kill onto Buster. SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, so we gave you enough respect, now we're just going to go for the fast executes. Now Clone goes for that showstopper, but not able to find anyone. Just ends up revealing his position. Strokey finds one though, and Clone with another. And even though the spike is planted, Slay Them With Respect with not enough time to get into post-plant positions.
They're gonna be getting into the post-plant scenarios pretty well. I would say they have that time going into 2 versus 4, though. It's gonna be Juven answering on the card, and it seems that though Tchaikovsky, he doesn't have any abilities to work with, and with 3 angry members away from the side of Slay Them With Respect, it's gonna be Love coming in with the wild bank shots, being able to clean it all up. That was well played coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect. A really fast execute, real quick, with the Jazz dashing in, taking side control, and establishing everything. They had it all under the back. And ladies and gentlemen, it's another run on the board for Slay Them With Respect, taking it to an 11-6. 1 more round away from match point. It's just going to be super dangerous if they drop any more rounds.
Yeah, for Slay Them With Respect, they have the cushion from having won a significant, like having accumulated that 4-round lead in the first half. They have the opportunity to be able to drop a few rounds and still be able to pull it back, and they're able to do that by changing up their strategy in that last round, picking up that 1 round, meaning that now they're only a few rounds away from the win. Now they're once again switching up the strategy though, going for the mid control, and they're able to get it to a certain extent, but not able to actually take any real estate away from Rebellious Gaming, because Rebellious Gaming, they're playing it safe, they're playing it smart, waiting for the players to push in before they make any sort of commitment. My eye though is on Buster. Buster on the flank, he's waiting next to the trap wire for someone to come in and make that unnecessary peek, not giving away his location just yet. Now Khan will spot out 1 player with his spy camera and will give the information over to Clone. Clone now using that paint grenade to force out any player from that mid cubby angle. Slay Them With Respect just being very, very patient though, not willing to unnecessarily commit and waiting for Rebellious to get impatient and make a mistake of their own.
Rebellious, the way that they're playing, I understand what they want to do, but Slay Them With Respect, you cannot allow them to take map control like this. They're just going to be running you down, but Strokey goes in for the spray. It doesn't connect onto the first one, onto Love, but he's going to be able to find one onto Appa. The smoker has gone down. It's going to be Nepu chiming in from his side as well, but Strokey, he knows exactly where Love is, but he doesn't know he went into the side. It's going to be Love with the massive play coming out from his side. Nepu, he takes out one as well, coming in from the sideline, leaving Card in a 1v2 scenario once again. And probably a 1v1 soon enough, because Love, he's at very low HP. But if Karn does not spot him out on that B main side, it's just going to be really dangerous for him. Love, he's still not going to be going in for the peak just yet. Karn not even checking the B main side, it seems. But he does go into the side itself. But Nepu, he had the trap wire set up. He's just way too smart, it seems, going on that Cypher pick.
Match point.
He's going to be able to clean it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, another round on the board for the side of Slay Them With Respect. And it's going to be match point for the side of Rebellious Gaming.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
With a beautiful play coming out with that positioning to get the advantage for Slay Them With Respect. Now Rebellious Gaming in a very sticky situation, because not only are they facing a match point, 6 match points on the opposition team side, but they're also facing a situation with their economy hurting a little bit. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard, see what they are able to pick up, because Love is going to find that first blood. You see an Ares coming out, a Light Shield, a Spectre even, and it's Slay Them With Respect, not just with the man advantage going into this round, having found first blood, but also with that gun advantage. Strokey is going to find one, but Bond and Juven with 2 more, meaning that it's Slay Them With Respect with that 2-man advantage, and now Slay Them With Respect trying to use that advantage to funnel into A side. Match point for Slay Them With Respect, and it looks like they're going to look to pick up that map 1.
They're looking to close it all down, and with only 2 more members remaining, being official Buster and Tchaikovsky. Buster, he's extremely strong and potent when it comes to these scenarios, but going up against 4 people of that caliber when they have all of their ultimates available, and even on the post plan, we already have the Sova, Hunter's Fury as well. Official Buster not being able to take out that running back clone away from the side of Bonda, but it's going to be Juven going in for the plant, and they're all just going to be playing for the post plant scenario, because Juven, he does have the ultimate. He has all that he needs in that scenario. So also uses the shock dart to throw Juven off for just a little while longer. Official Buster, he's creeping on in. He goes in for the spray, but Nepu, he's way too quick on that flick shot, being able to take him out. Tchaikovsky, he takes down 1, but at the same time, 3 angry members are going to be present. It is going to be the spray down coming in, with Bondep throwing out the flashes to close it all down. And Lay them with respect. They take map 1 in a very dominant fashion, pushing it to a 13-6.
Yes, let them respect extremely clean plays coming out, and they're just able to sort of dismantle Rebellious Gaming in a systematic fashion, able to time and time again find small edges for them with the way they play, and then convert those small edges into a round win, and subsequently the entire map win for themselves. Remember, this is the lower bracket semi-finals, so both of these teams fighting for their line, both of these teams have to give it their best, and Slay them doing that, meaning that they're able to pick up map 1. Strokey, though, with the 21 kills, with the 3 or 4 ACS, he had some disgusting headshots in there, and he's gonna pick up MVP. And I'm hoping Rebellious can look towards that individual skill to try to pull it back in map 2. But for now, we're gonna look back towards the entire map 1, talk about exactly what happened for either side and where Rebellious Gaming fell short with the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive for me, like the way I think the biggest factor for me, like in the reason that Rebellious Gaming ended up going down, is official Buster because he's one of the most consistent players I know. He's one of the players who is always towards that top 3 list in terms of frags, or at least in terms of impact when he's picking up that breach for himself. But on this Reyna pick, even though he had these individual moments, he picked up a 4K for himself, for example, in a pistol round towards the second half. He wasn't really able to pop off the way we expect Buster to, and I feel like that ended up being the difference between both of these teams.
I completely agree with you, but even when a team, even when one of your best players has a bad day, that's when your teammates need to step up, and they're gonna be like patting him on the back, be like, "We got your back. You can do what you need to do, but we are here to support you as much as we can. We'll make sure that you get the easiest time to do what you do best, and that is to frag out." But at the same time, I did not see that coming out from the side of Rebellious Gaming. I love their macro play in a lot of these situations. Their macro play was decent enough, and their micro plays were, of course, amazing. But at the same time, the team play was not really present. The strats that they were executing, it seemed very lackluster. It seemed as though like they were going in for so many solo plays that they were just gonna be walking it alone. Not really a lot of communication going out from the side of the teammates, even when the strat was being called. That is the deciding factor for me that differentiates Slayed with respect in comparison to Rebellious. Yes, of course, there is Buster not having the best day today, but at the same time, the team play was just not there at all as well.
Yeah, for for Rebellious Gaming, I definitely agree. Like, I feel like that synergy is really missing, and it's more like nitpicking because even though they played brilliantly in this high-stakes environment, every small edge that the other team has can mean a world of difference, and that team play for Slay Them With Respect is really what ended up making the difference. In the defensive round, you saw them always willing to just take a step back, be patient, and play together for that retake, and it was almost perfect the way they were approaching the defense. That really ended up being the difference for both of these teams. So we'll have to see if Rebellious Gaming can find that team play for themselves coming into map 2, because Slay Them With Respect, they've come into this series with a bang. For now, though, that's going to be map 1, and we're going to go set up for map 2. In the meantime, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Massive sales as well as Series 5 registration open, meaning that in the last series of this Challenger Series showdown coming through, it's your chance to really come up through the top and make sure that you are there where it matters the most. Make sure you also like, share, subscribe, because this is only the first series of the day. After this, we have yet another series for you, and the best way to do that is be able to get the notifications on all the content brought to you by the Esports Club. For now, we're gonna just go set up for game 2 and be back real soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young,
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shiffy, he's gotta do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rappa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Challengers Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. I'm CA with Aggressive. We're back for Map 2 between Slay Them With Respect and Rebellious Gaming. Slay Them With Respect were able to pick up Map 1 in a 13-6 fashion and now take the lead in this best of 3 series in the low bracket semifinals. Aggressive, do you think Rebellious will be able to use the anger from losing Map 1 and be motivated to pull back Map 2?
In map 2, I want to see something very, very important coming out from them, being the team play. Of course, we said that this was very nitpicky initially coming out on that first map, but at the same time, when you're facing teams of Team Slay Them With Respect's caliber, you need to come back together as a team. But before we go and talk about that, let's go into the map veto screen to see what we're going to be going into this time around. And one of the most important factors that I want to see coming out from the side of Rebellious is that Phoenix. I know that Buster is amazing when it comes to the Reyna. He does what he does best when it comes to that. But having that Phoenix, having that extra utility, having that flash capability, Molly, and Firewall is going to open up a lot more for the side of Buster so he can make the plays that he loves to make. And Bind, it's one of the best maps for it.
Yeah, Bind definitely like a map where I can see Rebellious Gaming truly being extremely comfortable. But the same goes for Slay Them Respect because they don't really have to make any major changes to their composition. The only change that I could potentially see coming through for Slay Them Respect is that Love from that Jet may switch onto the Raze, and we've seen him on the Raze before, and he is absolutely phenomenal. So we'll have to see if Rebellious Gaming can find that tempo, and I'm curious to see really what the picks come through because, as you said, Buster on that Phoenix, he's really been that consistent force for Rebellious Gaming. But Bind is one map where I can appreciate the Reyna pick because in those narrow corridors, that dismiss ends up being extremely powerful.
Completely agree with you on that. Having that dismiss, allowing you to get away. Basically, it's like having a second jet on your team, but if you get a kill, you can just immediately convert it into something else as well because of the dismiss capabilities. But at the same time, we are going to be looking at the picks coming out for their side. It is going to be official Buster going in to the Phoenix and a triple duelist composition coming out. The tried and true strategies for the side of Rebellious Gaming going up against the big dogs right now. That is Slay Them With Respect, leading 1 point on the board. But the side of Rebellious, they are mad, and you can see it in their composition. Going in for a triple duelist, and Strokey back on his signature duelist as well. It's going to be a scary sight indeed.
Yeah, Rebellious banking on the form of Strokey coming in from map 1. He picked up the MVP even though his team lost. Coming into map 2, they're like, bro, you take the Reyna. We want you to pop off as much as you did last map. And for Rebellious, it's coming back to that comfort of that triple duelist lineup. This is something they've adopted even before the triple duelist lineup really caught the eye of everyone through the international meta. And now the fact that the triple duelist coming through for Rebellious, we'll have to see how it pans out. Now, the cost of having a triple duelist lineup is that initiator. They don't have a Sova and they don't have a breach. That means for the information, it's going to be completely up to Psychowski on that Cypher, and they have to end up playing this extremely smart. Otherwise, Rebellious, Slay Them Respect, will capitalize on the lack of the same. For Slay Them Respect, not many changes. It's not going to be Love on the Raze, instead Bond switching from that Phoenix onto the Raze to get that that Jet and Race for themselves. We'll have to see if Slay Them Respect able to come out on top. Now, in terms of compositions, aggressive, for me, like the biggest factor, as I mentioned, for Rebellious Gaming is the lack of the initiator. But for Slay Them Respect, it's the fact that they don't have as many flashers. Rebellious, they have the Phoenix and the Reyna. That means a total of at least 4 flashers coming through. And for Slay Them Respect, only the Omen with that nearsightedness, that's going to be a factor that Rebellious Gaming can rely on.
Rebellious, they can rely on a lot of different factors coming out from their side, but at the same time, do you know what I'm not really liking coming out from the side of their composition? It's the Brimstone in comparison to the Omen. The Omen would fit a lot more in their playstyle to play very aggressively, but that Brimstone allows for a much more defensive playstyle coming out from them. Having that extra paranoia, that extra blind, would have helped them so much in a lot of these scenarios, but I do understand what they're going to be going for. But the Omen being present to give so much map presence with his dark covers from half the map away would allow, let's say, Buster, let's say Strokey, to go into a different side on their own, take control of that side, while the other 3 remaining members will push through A, going for a split push indeed, and then catch the entirety of Slay Them with Respect off guard, catching them, let's say, going in for a rotation, coming back to a side. They would have had a lot of potential when they had that Omen, but with the Brimstone, I believe that their playstyle is going to be a bit more telegraphed towards the Rush playstyle.
Yeah, for Rebellious, it's all about using those flashes to enable their duelists to be able to come out on top of the 1v1 duels, and that's really where they were excelling in map 1, trying to find those isolated duels for themselves and then capitalizing on those to get advantages for them. So we'll have to see if Slay Them Respect can find the same level of discipline and systematic gameplay that they found in map 1 and be able to counter just the explosiveness that comes through with Rebellious's composition. Now, another thing to talk about for me while we are in this pause is this Brimstone pickup for Khan, because what I really like about this Brimstone pickup in combination with the triple duelist lineup is that using that orbital strike to clear out one particular angle, and then as you said, going for that rush playstyle on the back of it will mean that Rebellious able to constantly rely on that Brimstone to be able to clear out those corners, not just with the orbital strike but also with the Molly. So I really like the change from the Omen for Khan onto the Brimstone, and I'm curious to see how it ends up working out.
It's going to be working out pretty well, I would say, for their side. But Slay with Respect, I want to give them the edge up on this side, because we have seen this composition work over and over again. Being godlike, being tryouts, being every other team that brings out this jet and Race combo, it works out really well for them. But at the same time, not having a flasher, only having that Omen paranoia to line up a lot of these kills is gonna be pretty dangerous. Gonna be Clone coming in with his grenade. He's able to clean out one, and it's gonna be the bloodbath starting off immediately for the side of Rebellious. They take out 2 kills, 1 each. Bondev, he answers back with his own kill onto his own clone. Strokey answers back onto Bondev. It's gonna be Strokey doing the bunny hops coming out massive. He's gonna be hopping around, and Strokey, he's feeling it from the last game. He's just gonna be a bunny of dancing death, and he's just gonna be raining bullets down on the entirety of Slay Them with Respect. He caught them completely off guard when he went in for those bunny hops.
Yeah, you saw for Rebellious Gaming that explosive playstyle starting off strong. Clone with that Boombot in combination with the Pain Grenade, and then Strokey and Buster each picking up kills. We really got to see that triple duelist thrive in this first round. But on Bind, a very much defense-sided map because of the lack of a particular mid to be able to control for the attackers. You have to give the edge to the defense. So Rebellious doing extremely well to pick up on the first round. They have to try to keep continuing doing so, because now eco round for Slay Them Respect is going to be an eco rush, pushing in aggressively. Khan and Buster each find one. Appa finds a return for Clone, will win that long kill, will take Human down, make it 4v2 for Rebellious Gaming. Clone with another means 4v1, and even though the spike is planted, Psykovsky will take down Bondev, and that will be 2-0 for Rebellious Gaming.
2-0 indeed, and Rebellious, they're going in explosively. There is no stopping them, it seems. And when they have this triple dealers competition, this is like an absolutely different team. The way that they play, the way that they coordinate is just so different. Official Buster, he's ever so consistent when it comes to playing on this Phoenix. We have seen him hit shots that will even make a person like Tens blush. These are the kind of things that we expect coming out from a player such as Buster's caliber. But still, the spike did go down for the side of Slay Them With Respect, so they did get that little bit of extra credit. So I would say it was a successful eco round, because when it comes to eco rounds, the one thing that you want is a couple of kills, and of course, that spike plan to even it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be going into the buy round, though, finally, for the side of Slay Them With Respect. And they're going to be looking down on it. It's going to be Love, though, chiming in with his own shot, being able to take out Strokey, getting caught off guard because of the owl coming out, and Love holding down his vision. Love, ooh, what? Yo, anyone got a back bet on that guy? Anyone's got a back bet on him? Love, that was insane coming out from him. Getting it through the cyber cage right on the head. And ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be looking down strong moving forward. And Slay Them With Respect, they're answering back really quickly, but it's going to be a B-side execute instead. It's going to be Karn on that Brimstone, getting caught off guard by Love once again. Appa chiming in with his own headshot as well, leaving Buster in a 1v5 scenario, and in probably one of the worst positions that you can think of.
Yeah, Appa caught in this corner will end up getting taken down by Buster, but Slay Them With Respect already able to get that spike planted down towards the other side. Love with his 4K able to just finish off the buy round for Slay Them With Respect, and Love in this round just completely dominating Rebellious Gaming with the first kill, exploiting Rebellious's tendencies of going for the aggressive peek, took down Strokey, but then that headshot for his second kill through the Cypher cage, absolutely phenomenal game sense coming out from Love, and perhaps a little bit of luck involved to get him that kill. And Love picking up that buy round will now force Rebellious into a situation where they have to go for the eco and Slay Them With Respect with a chance to make it even Stevens on the scoreline. We'll have to see if they can continue the form of, we end up seeing a miraculous Thrifty come out for Rebellious. We know they're definitely capable of it because of their potential to get those nasty one-taps through. For now though, you can see with the help of the recon drone, Love is going to push through this Shover's angle, look to find anyone pushing in aggressively and looking for that one taps. Instead it's going to be Appa finding that kill onto an aggressive clone who had pushed into that A cubby area and end up getting caught out. Now Love going for the duel will find another kill onto Saikovsky, and that's instantly a two-man advantage for Slay Them With Respect. And with a bunch of noise made towards A side, they're going for the B side rotation, and B side completely open.
B-side is gonna be opened up, and it's just gonna be an army rushing down onto that side soon enough. But it seems as though they're not opting to go in for B, and they're making the rotation back onto A. But they may just get caught out. Strokey, he takes one, and Buster, he's looking for him out. Strokey, he comes in massive. He's able to take out two. Appa uses the teleport to fake his way out into the shower side. But Strokey, he has their phone number. He's gonna be calling that up. He's gonna be chiming it hard. He's able to take down three. And Buster, he's slowly moving up. Doesn't spot out the gun though, and he's gonna get caught out, but official Buster chimes in with his own headshot, being able to take out Appa. Spots out Nepu, and they clean it all up in a 2 versus 5 scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Rebellious Gaming, they are back, and they're busting down all them doors.
This is what I meant. Rebellious very much capable of those thrifty rounds. Strokey especially on fire from map 1. Now coming into map 2, he got handed the Reyna pick, and he's carrying the responsibility of that Reyna pick beautifully, able to single-handedly turn the tides around for his team in this round. I have to say, Rebellious Gaming, they certainly look that they fired up from map 1. They've taken their loss into perspective, and now they're coming into map 2 with that absolute bang. It's gonna be Slay Them With Respect, forced into a situation where they have to win this round, otherwise their economy is gonna burn. Now, the running back coming through for Buster will get popped immediately, and he has to make his way out of here because the fast execute looking to push in for Slay Them With Respect. Now, the molly came out from both Buster and Khan, and that will delay the push of Slay Them With Respect for a bit, force them to reevaluate their situation, and perhaps consider a likelihood where they have to go for that rotation. Now, look at the positioning of the Rebellious Gaming. 3 members stacked into B, establishing that kill zone perfectly for the push for Slay Them Respect. But with the smokes of Brimstone already used, Slay Them Respect, they just need to try to play patiently, because the one thing about Brimstone compared to Omen is that his smokes do not regenerate. Now Love using the information from the recon hold to take down Buster. Appa with another will mean Slay Them Respect. As I said, play it patiently, they get that 2-man advantage, and now they're gonna take side control and get the spike planted.
Spike
But
planted.
Strokey, he has something else to say about it. He gets that first kill on the left, switches onto the Vandal to get as much as he can. It's gonna be Tchaikovsky chiming in with 2 with that operator. He's cleaning them all up, but Appa, he's sitting on the inside. It's gonna be Strokey getting that 1 kill. And oh my god, straight through the paranoia. He gets one onto Appa. This is impossible. It seems as though they all are getting backpats today. But this is so clean coming out from all of these players. Their aim, their game sense, they're just bringing everything down to the table and Slay Them with Respect. They're on the receiving end of it all and Rebellious. It's as if a fire has been lit underneath them. That they're going to be fighting hard. This is their do or die situation to stay in this lower bracket tournament. So they're going to be bringing it. They're going to be pulling out all the stops.
I'm really glad that they pulled off that Reyna for Strokey, because you can see 9-2 for him. He's absolutely popping off, winning that round for Rebellious Gaming, even though they were once again at a man disadvantage. Strokey able to sort of equalize that and pick up the round. Tchaikovsky, he's on that operator that we know him to be extremely proficient on. So first, Slay Them Respect. They need to find a way to shut down the tempo that is the fire that is lit in Strokey right now. But they're not able to do so because Clone able to take down Appa. Clone going for the aggressive KK. They can't put it down in Hooker.
Oh my god!
They're just going to be mowed down completely.
Lord, he's like taking all of them eco frags for himself. He's like, boys, you gotta calm down. You gotta let me get on that scoreboard one more time. Karn chiming in as well from his own flank, being able to take down the 2 lurkers sitting up on A, while Clone is like, all right, time to go through the TP. I'm gonna be mowing them all down. Throws in the grenade, rushes down himself inside of that room and just sprays down, being able to take out so many, and a dominant start coming out for the side of Rebellious Gaming, going 5-1. This is the Rebellious Gaming that I wanted to see, and we all know and love, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, though, it is going to be coming out on this round. It seems as though it's a very slow push indeed. I say them with respect. They're going to be waiting it out, and Buster, he goes in for the peak. He's going to be able to find it. Karn as well. From his side, he takes out one. Tchaikovsky on that operator is able to take out Love, leaving Juven and Appa being the last few remaining members for the side of Slay Them with Respect. Juven, he needs to make a run for it. Regroup with Appa. Go onto that B side as fast as he possibly can. It's going to be Appa taking first contact, going to Karn. And Karn, he comes out on top on that engagement, and the spike has gone down.
With the spike down, Karn holding it strong in that B garden area, able to just wait for Appa to make his way here. So wait for Juven to make his way here now. Strokey, he's gonna find him towards that B shot angle, and that's gonna mean 6-1 for Rebellious Gaming. Insane plays coming out. Rebellious Gaming, they took the tempo in their favor. They got the insane advantages on the basis of Strokey, and now it feels like every single member using that momentum to really just liven up and bring the fire to this match. Rebellious Gaming, absolutely huge here, popping off in this map too, fighting for their lives in the tournament. 6-1 already, and with the 5-round score lead, we have to see if Slay Them Respect can pull off some sort of comeback and find their own momentum in their favor, because otherwise Rebellious Gaming, I feel like they're just gonna run away with this match.
They're going to be running it down for their side, but Rebellious, they cannot get overconfident going up against Slay Them with Respect. We have seen their strategies change up way too quickly when it comes to a lot of these rounds, and the momentum shift can happen in a matter of seconds if they're not really careful. Clone does get spotted out by that owl drone at the bare minimum. So right now it's going to be official. Buster running it a bit too quick, but Clone, he's able to answer back with his own kill. Is able to take that nasty flick onto Love, being able to clean up. Strokey answers back onto Appa as well. 2-for-1 trades are coming out for their side. It's going to be Juven making a bit too much noise and maybe going to get caught out by the side of Clone, sitting up on that back end corner. But Bondef, he's slowly making his way forward, and if he's not careful, he's gonna get caught out. It's gonna be Strokey going down to the hands of Bondef with a well-placed headshot. It's gonna be Cologne though answering back with his own one, evening up the scoreboards once more, making it 2-2 to 2. It's gonna be Bondef being able to take out Clone.
Player standing.
And now side control is gonna be established, but it seems as though it's gonna be forcing into a 1v1 of Nepu versus Tchaikovsky, it seems. And Tchaikovsky, when he's
30
going back
seconds
onto
left.
that Cypher pick, it's just so goddamn dangerous. And Nepu, he cannot plant the spike on that corner, and he's wasted so much time. And Tchaikovsky, he comes in from the back end and he's able to find that kill as well. Some small technical difficulties probably coming out from the side of Nepu being not able to plant that spike. And Tchaikovsky, he's like, oh, you're right there. I know that my spy cam saw you. Goes in for the piece with the operator, takes him down. And a well-played round coming out from the side of Rebellious Gaming.
Yeah, given the fact that Nepu was darted, Tchaikovsky just able to find the wall bang right here and secure the 7th round for Rebellious Gaming. 7-1 now with the 6th round lead is gonna force Slay Them With Respect into an eco round and a chance for Rebellious Gaming to make it 8-1. But in this eco round, if Slay Them With Respect can find a Thrifty, this could be their way to come back. But Rebellious Gaming not giving them a chance to fight back on any angle. The push coming in aggressively from multiple sides. It's Strokey finding their double kill down at 8 short. Now, you can see Juwin, he's gonna find that one tap, but Tchaikovsky there to back up Clone, finds a return kill. 2v4 situation for Slayer. Strokey
My God!
Strokey with his 4th. Strokey, you madman, absolutely popping off here.
Strokey, he woke up on the right side of the bed today, and I want to know what he had for breakfast. Because, do you see these shots? Do you see Strokey popping off? Do you see these flicks? He ate something, and I want to know what it is. Because we all want some of that going into Series 5, so make sure you get down into the description below and choose sign up. Because Strokey, he may just tell us a secret if you do. And ladies and gentlemen, though, but this fight coming out from the side of Rebellious is just so beautiful. From that first map, as you said before, seeing, you said, will they be able to channel their anger and come back even stronger in the next map? I think you already have your answer.
I mean, yeah, Rebellious Gaming, they definitely look like they sort of refresh themselves and take the angle and motivation. Tchaikovsky getting that first kill with his own operator, but Love on the other side using his own to find the return kill onto Khan. And now you can see the side of Slayer is like pushing into B, but Rebellious themselves, they're pushing into A. Clone got one. Now Love will find a kill onto Elbow. Love holding down the elbow angle will end up having to back off after being tagged really, really low. 3v3 situation, the spike all the way back towards the attacker's side though, and it has to be Appa going back to collect the spike, making his way towards B. Now Clone, he's still at A side, but with the dark covers going down for Appa and the execute coming out from Slay Them With Respect towards B side, the Clone will end up using the TP to find his way onto B. Appa, he's gonna go for the plant and Bond, he's not looking at the right angle. Buster ends up taking him down. The op shot will miss from Bond, but Appa there to back up his teammate will find the return kill onto Buster. Now the showstopper coming out, Clone will not find any kills. Instead, Tchaikovsky will find the kill onto Love with Love missing that shot. Clone will find the kill onto Appa, and that will mean Rebellious Gaming 9-1, absolutely dominating this defensive half.
This is just absolutely beautiful coming out from the side of Rebellious. When they have these comfort picks on their side, Tchaikovsky going back onto his signature Cypher, it seems as though he's a completely different player. He's raining down hell from above with all of his shots. And this is the team that we know and love being Rebellious. When they have these comfort picks, when they're playing together as a team, this is the type of plays that they're going to be bringing down into the table. And Slay Them With Respect, they don't really have an answer for this. They're not really able to try and force off any of these rounds, making it 9-11. It's going to be Rebellious Gaming. All of these rotations, all of these team plays and coordinated plays, they're actually playing as a team. They're going for the trades. They're looking for these aggressive peaks, but they're not being too aggressive where they're going to be dying. They're setting themselves up in such a way that even if they die, one of their teammates are probably going to be able to get that refrag off immediately, but it's going to be Love trying to rush on into the B main side, gets caught out by Karn, and he's going to be able to take it out. Nepu gets tagged down very low from their side. It's going to be Karn holding down this B side on his own. He spots out one, but not enough bullets, and Bondef with his own headshot chimes in. He's going to be able to take him out, forcing it down into a 3 versus 4 scenario. Ladies and gentlemen, but Clone, he comes in massive with this pain grenades, being able to take down one on the Nepu. The showstopper has been used as well from the side of Bondef, and force off as much as he can. Bondef coming in with the long range head scotch. Tchaikovsky, he comes in massive as well. Tchaikovsky with a second with that operator, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the neural tap catching out Appa from the back end, but Appa, he has something else to say about it. He goes in for a nasty leg on a Strokey, but Tchaikovsky on this operator, he's absolutely unstoppable.
Tchaikovsky on the operator, able to find yet another wall bang, just thread the needle perfectly to take down Appa. And even though SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they tried to shake everything off. They did a really nice execute onto B side, able to get the spike planted, able to get the advantage, but Strokey and Tchaikovsky just refuse to let them get around. Strokey leading the charge, but Tchaikovsky being his backup with that sniper, able to finish off that round, make it double digits for Rebellious Gaming at 10-1 just in the first half. Now, even though Bind is a defense-sided map, you need at least a few rounds in the attacking side to be able to have some sort of chance of that comeback. And now you can see Rebellious Gaming, they're not allowing any chance of a comeback. They want to get this map over with as soon as possible and take us to map 3. The running back gets popped by Buster, and while he doesn't get any kills, the information given to his team that, hey, there's no one towards B long, no one towards B short, the likelihood is that
Oh my god.
and you can see the triple stack. Now Khan going for the peak, but Love acknowledging that there is someone likely pushing up his back, able to find the kill instead. But Tchaikovsky with the operator, you cannot go into scope, will take you down. But SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT is going for that B-side execute. It has to be Buster holding it down.
Oh my god, Buster!
Oh my god, will use the molly and the firewall to heal himself up, and now it's Rebellious Gaming once again with that advantage, looking for 11-1.
They're looking for it at that time, but it's gonna be a fast peak indeed. It's gonna be Strokey chiming out on the board depth, and it's gonna be Buster being able to clean up the last remaining kill. That was an absolutely beautiful spray transfer coming up from Buster, being able to take out Love and immediately spraying down Nepu on the back end. That was just so pretty to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Bondef, I love the idea coming in through Hookah to try and catch up any sort of a rotation play, but you did get tagged down really low, allowing Strokey to pass as well. And these rotations are so quick and so precise that there is in no way that any of the members of Team Rebellious, they're going to be going in alone. They're going to be playing alone. And this is where the composition is going to get even stronger. CA, they're on attack with a triple duelist.
Rebellious Gaming on the attacking side with that triple duelist comp, they have everything they need to be able to force a particular site. They have the flashes, they have that raise to be able to clear out the corners, and they have the brimstone to be able to set their team up for success. But now at 11-1, SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they cannot afford any sort of mishap coming in. No mistakes can be allowed if they have any hope of pulling off comeback. The spy cam now from Nepu will spot out Buster, but Rebellious Gaming, they're not going to be stopped. They're going to go for that B-side execute, and with the flank coming in from Love and the rotations coming in from SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, this is where the showdown is going to happen. Now it's Rebellious Gaming, they're playing it a little patiently, just waiting for their utility, their cooldown to come back up, but now executing onto site. It's Appa just holding and waiting in this tin box. Buster will take him down with his own headshot, make it 5v4 for Rebellious Gaming, but this is where the flank will come up huge. Love will find one, Love will deny the plant with his second. Strokey finds the return, but it's 3v3 and Love is holding it down strong from B long.
Love with that flank is going to be evening up the playing fields for the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, but at the same time, the spike, it's not yet gone down yet, so they don't really need to push. And Love, he needs to play it safer, he needs to play it slower if he has any chance of winning out this round. It's going to be official. Buster getting caught off guard, coming in from the back end, but Clone, he comes in massive, being able to take on Love, putting it in a 2v2 scenario. It's going to be Strokey coming in massive from his side, and Clone body blocking for his teammate, coming in at the last second to clean up the last member away from the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. And such a beautiful pistol run coming out from both of these teams, but Rebellious, they were going to be coming out on top because of the team play and fast peaks that both of them made.
Point for Rebellious Gaming. They've just completely dominated and destroyed SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, refusing to give them any sort of respect really, continuously going for those 1v1 duels and able to win those 1v1 duels in a devastating fashion. Now, it's gonna force SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT into a situation where they have to go for the force buy, and it looks like there is no comeback for SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. Tchaikovsky is gonna pick one. The molly gonna burn down Bondef to 46 HP, and SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they have nowhere to go, because Rebellious Gaming, they're all flowing into sight. They're all dominating SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. They have the spike planted. They have a 5v2 advantage, and this looks like it's gonna be 13-1. Take us to map 3, Rebellious Gaming.
Map 3 indeed, CA. We're gonna be going down in a very much more dominant fashion. Rebellious was sorry, Rebellious was like 13-6. We're gonna go take you down on a 13-1, and this is our vengeance story coming out on the second map. They're gonna be forcing it down onto a 1-1 scoreline for this set, and we're gonna be pushed into map number 3, ladies and gentlemen. And it's gonna be such an interesting map as well, because consider something like this happening when you have that triple duelist composition. You get 11 rounds. 11 rounds on the defense? That is just unheard of.
Yeah, Rebellious Gaming just pulling out the stops from every possible aspect of their gameplay. Strokey with 18 kills and a 312 ACS. Once again, picking up the MVP, but this time his team also able to pick up the win for themselves to take us to map 3. Rebellious, absolutely phenomenal. And we're gonna take a second to really talk about how this happened for Slay Them With Respect, because it didn't feel like Slay Them With Respect ever got a chance to fight back. Rebellious continuously forcing their style of play onto Slay Them With Respect. We'll talk about it more with the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Aggressive, coming back to the point of this triple duelist lineup in defense, like I feel like the attacking side for a triple duelist lineup always slightly more favored due to the fact that it's much more easier to be able to sort of just force the idea of a particular site using the flashes. But the way they're able to dominate in defense, and particularly for me, like Strokey's insane pullbacks in situations where they were 2v4, where they were 1v4, just seemed to light a fire under the entire team. Because after those clutches came out from Strokey, you can see Buster really starting to shine the way we expect him to. You can see Saikovsky on the operator just being completely unstoppable, and Rebellious Gaming just dominating Slay Them With Respect.
Strokey is one of those players, I believe. Like, remember when I say that Buster is a very momentum-based player? He's super consistent, but when he has that momentum, when he has his team backing him up, when he knows for a fact that his team is right there behind him, he's a completely different player. Strokey, he was the driving force of this. He gave so much morale and so much potential down to the team. That was absolutely incredible. There is no way in hell that I would have expected this to happen. Them going into that eco round, 2 versus 5, cleaning everyone up one after the next, and then defusing the bomb as well. That was absolutely beautiful coming out from Strokey and Buster, and their team play and coordination just skyrocketed from that one round into extreme lengths, and they carried that momentum forward for every single one of their rounds. Them winning 9 rounds in a row just goes to show that this team has so much promise, so much potential. And they're going to be hopefully bringing that into the third map as well.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be especially exciting because the third map is going to be Haven. One of the most open maps, a place where both of these teams can really sort of exhibit their creativity, their skill, and their mind games. And given the fact that Rebellious Gaming, they're going to come off this map with with an insane amount of confidence, especially Strokey, the fact that he's picked up 2 out of 2 MVPs in this series. He's going to look to dominate in the third map as well. But Slay Them With Respect, they're going to be angry. They're going to be angry about the way they got dominated in this matchup, and they're going to look to map 3 to fight back for themselves. And I think that sets us up for some extremely spicy action coming up. I will happily say that I don't think I was expecting such an insane performance coming out from Rebellious, and it makes me really happy as a spectator to see it, because now we're going into map 3. We don't know exactly what is going to happen, and that's when we get the absolute best games. For now, though, we're going to go set up for map 3. In the meantime, make sure you check out the links in the description. Absolutely amazing sales just for you to be able to upgrade your peripherals. Make sure you also like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be able to get constant notifications to the amazing content on display. And for now, we're going to go set up for map 3, and we'll see you back there with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's gotta do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rapper with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Oh, okay. We back in it now.
Yet, Team 1, Buster left and
Snuff them out.
The ultimate in hand, the Empress looks quite.
They're scared. I don't need cameras to see that.
it is a huge wake-up call for many teams, and that is
I almost pity them.
not healthy at all. He has to get a kill, and
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
defenders keep moving. The headshot thrown. Got bad timing because Kappa's gonna pick him up, but there were kills across the board. Kappa's the last man standing, and that is gonna be Saint Rebellious Gaming knocking out GE and making it over to quarterfinals.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. We're back for Map 3 in this lower bracket semifinals between Rebellious Gaming and Slay Them With Respect. Slay Them With Respect on Ascent in Map 1 picked up the win in the 13-6 fashion, and then in Map 2 on Bind, it was Rebellious dominating Slay Them to get a 13-1 win. So going into Haven aggressive, what do you think is going to happen?
Haven is one of those maps I'm an advocate for the triple duelist composition. The triple duelist works so well, especially when you have that Raze, that Reyna, and that Phoenix. And this is the playground, I would say, for the entirety of Sane Rebellious. Sorry, not Sane Rebellious, Rebellious Gaming. Getting the Series 3 flashbacks right here, don't mind me. But Strokey, wait, a Sage? Is this gonna happen?
I don't think so. I think he's just messing with us because he knows that.
Oh, what?
Okay, guys. For the viewers, just to clarify, we're all like, oh my god, because a Sage is something we never get to see in pro play because of the nerfs she's continuously gotten to her kit. And Strokey on this Sage is certainly not a pick I was expecting at all, given the fact that he picked up MVP not just in map 2, but also in map 1. I do think this is the idea of picking up the Sage is to be able to wall off the mid and sort of allow the aggressive play to be able to come in from Rebellious through the other two sides, to be able to deny that Haven one side and deny that mind game potential on that map, to allow Rebellious to play in their explosive fashion as they like. This is an extremely interesting play coming out from Rebellious, and I'm really curious to see how they come out of this. Now, I think Psychovsky is going to end up picking the Sova, so we'll have to see how this goes through.
I'm kind of confused of how this round is going to be playing out. Probably there was an issue. I think that, yeah, Strokey probably picked up the Sage by accident when he was moving to another character. If he picked a Viper, I'm pretty sure that CA would have jumped out of his chair already. But he's going to be sitting here, and we're going to be re-hosting it, I believe, probably because of the issue that would happen. But still, ladies and gentlemen, that Sage pick would have been super interesting. It's something really spicy that we have not really seen at all come out in any of the series, I believe, going up till here before the after the Sage nerfs, of course.
Yeah,
So
Sage,
yeah, so seeing Strokey on that was kind of like, a bit of a shock.
yeah, definitely, right? Because not only is the Sage pick somewhat of a rare occasion, but Strokey, the MVP duelist from map 2 on that Sage, a big question mark for us, and we'll have to see if they actually meant that, because I can imagine a scenario where it works out, but like I can't really sort of imagine Strokey being able to frag out the way he was able to in map 1 and map 2 on that stage. So we'll have to see if that was just a technical error coming out for Rebellious or if it was actually some sort of strategy. For now though, we're going to take a small break and be back with you with the action as soon as we have this error fixed up, and we'll be back into game real soon with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Challenger Series 4 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. That's exactly how quick we fix our problems, guys. We're immediately back into the action with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Challenger Series 4. And going into this pick stage, you can see once again that Strokey hovering this stage. I'm really curious to see if it's actually going to come through. But while the picks are not locked in, we'll take a second to look at the composition for this side. Oh my god.
It is
Okay.
actually happening. It is actually happening. For the first time in the TEC history, we're actually gonna be seeing a Sage coming out in one of the lower bracket finals. Lower bracket semifinals, sorry, what?
I mean, yeah, Rebellious, we wanted them to be able to pull out all the stops as they fight for their tournament life on the line here. And that stage pick coming through, it really shows that they have got something in the bag. And I'm curious to see exactly how it works out. Now, there's two reasons why you can imagine what the stage could do. One, as I said earlier, is the potential of her being able to wall off the mid side. B, just completely deny that altogether. And the second is her boosting potential. Now, we'll have to see if this boosting potential and the ability to use Sage as an entry fragger of sorts, play her in a way where your self-healing is what Strokey brings out here. Because given the fact that Rebellious Gaming, they don't have that initiator, no Sova, no Breach on Haven, that's definitely going to hurt them. What they do have is a double Sentinel lineup. So for them, unlike what we normally expect Haven to be an attacking side, for Rebellious Gaming, it's all about that defensive angles. We'll have to see how good they can do on the attacking side and then carry forward the momentum. But the one thing we can be certain of is that Slay Them With Respect, they're going to be caught a little off guard, and I'm curious to see if they're actually able to adapt and overcome this strategy coming out from Rebellious Gaming. Now the push for the attackers in Rebellious Gaming coming through for A side, the slow ops coming through the wall will deny any sort of rotation into the side, and the vulnerable coming through will make it extremely difficult. The spike will be planted, the heals will come through, and with no kills down, this is going to be an extremely difficult retake for Slay Them.
Nepu though, he's sitting up on that heaven side, spot out Strokey. He's gonna be going into the firing lines of Nepu. If he's not really careful, Nepu, he's still gonna be waiting it out for his teammates, but the dark cover comes in from the back end, and Strokey, he comes in massive with the jumping classic, but Love answers back with his own grenade, and Appa coming in from the side as well with one kill himself, leaving Tchaikovsky in a pretty bad scenario. They're gonna be pinging down onto the spike, but the peaks are gonna be coming in. But the entirety of Slay Them With Respect is already there and waiting to clean up the last few remaining members. The post-plan situation didn't really go as planned, I would say, for the side of Rebellious Gaming, but still a good try indeed.
The post-plan position is not coming out strong because Strokey going for the aggressive peaks ends up getting caught out, and Slay Them able to pull off a really strong retake and secure the pistol round for themselves. But as I was saying, right, for Rebellious, it's all about securing enough rounds in the attacking side to be able to pull off a defensive strategy for themselves, because in the defense is where Sage really comes out strong. While you can use her as a brilliant entry fragger and a semi-duelist of sorts in the attacking side, in defense you're able to deny that one side altogether and play mind games with your opponents on the basis of that. We'll see if they're able to come out right now. Buy for Slay Them With Respect, and Bond will find the first blood through the smoke. Appa with 2 more, and Slay Them looking extremely strong, even though even on the back of their weaker map 2 performance.
They're pulling out all the stops this time, and Love, when he has that ghost, he's just so dangerous to work with. It's gonna be a spray down coming in from Nepu straight onto Karn, and he's gonna be able to clean it up, taking it to a 2-0, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward. And Slay Them With Respect, it seems as though they're on the momentum side now. They regrouped themselves after that first game, and they're not even phased from this pick coming out from Strokey. Being that Sage, we still need to see what's going to be coming out of it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the buy round for the side of Rebellious Gaming, so let's see what they're bringing down to the table.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
I'm coming through for Rebellious, and one of the biggest questions besides the Sage coming into map 3 was, will Rebellious sort of be able to ride the tempo from map 2, or will Slay Them With Respect, with just the anger of the way they got dominated, be able to come out on strong? Slay Them looking to just that Bond depth with the aggressive push down C long, denied by Buster, and now Love, he's the last man standing there.
My God!
Grenade will flush out Khan and will get the kill. Will have the spike carrier down as well, and with that kill, he's just gonna back off, take a second to catch his breath, and just reposition with his teammates. Now, Rebellious Gaming, they got a 1-for-1 trade, and they're looking to use the 1-for-1 trade to just hold their positions and wait for Slay Them to get out of position and punish them for it. But Slay Them With Respect, which is absolutely pristine defense, making sure that they're not stepping out in unnecessary angles, not taking unnecessary peeks. Appa does just that, though. I caster cursed him, and that will be Rebellious Gaming taking control of the side. Clone will find another. This is a comfortable buy round, Rebellious Gaming.
The buy rounds is where it all matters. You can lose this round, you can lose the go round, but it doesn't really matter if you can win out on the buy round. And this is where Rebellious Gaming, they made a small investment coming out on that second round, but still with those half shields, they were able to do what they needed to do. Playing it slow, playing it systematically, waiting for Slay Them with respect to come into them, being like, hey, do you want to fight us? Do you want to try and take the fight towards us? We're going to show you exactly why we're known as Rebellious Gaming. We are the rebels. We are not going to follow the meta. We are not going to follow the strategy, and we're going to be picking up that Sage.
Yeah, I mean, Rebellious Gaming, the fact that they're able to pick up the buy round speaks to the fact that they do have the potential to be able to fight through, even though they have the double central lineup in attack. So it's going to be up to Slay Them now in their own buy round to be able to come back, and Love doing just that, finding that double kill makes it a man advantage for Slay Them With Respect. Now 4v3 for Slay Them With Respect, they're just trying to hold down the sides. The wall banks coming through for Sikorsky, he's not going to find any kill just yet. And now, with the recon drone revealing that there's no members towards C site, Slay Them With Respect should have the information that all of Rebellious Gaming likely towards A, but the rotation is not coming out just yet, and this could end up costing them. It all depends on Nepu's ability to hold down A side, because the trapwires are set up, the cameras are set up, and now with the pings coming through for Rebellious Gaming, the execute is going to come through. One trapwire will go down, so will the camera, and this will mean the rotations for Slay Them will come through. Now, Rebellious, they haven't gone onto the site just yet, and this might end up costing them. Nepu gets wallbanged down to 15 HP, has to wait for his team to come through for that retake. They need the first kill on this retake, otherwise, if Rebellious is able to get the proper post-line positions, this could be even Stevens on the scoreboard for Rebellious Gaming.
But on a 4 versus 3 scenario, it's going to be really difficult to go into this post land. It is going to be Sikorsky holding down a very aggressive angle. Buster going on to the short side. And one more under heaven. It's going to be Bondev though answering back on the clone, and Juven with that recon ball is able to find it all out. Bondev coming in from the side as well with Love. Jumping on top of that box to clean up the last remaining member, being official Buster. Yes, of course, the post-land situation was a bit dodgy, first of all, because Sikorsky's positioning going under the green box. He's gonna get caught out by Juven. Yes, of course, that Rebellious, they don't have a Sova, but you have to consider something. Staying in the respect, they have a Sova. And when you execute onto this A side, that Sova has one recon ball that can completely destroy your entire life. Being that one straight on top, spots out every single member, cleans them all up. And a beautiful run coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect, taking it to a 3-1.
Yeah, Slay Them, like, Bond back on his Phoenix and Love back on one of his picks in that signature race. Like before, when he was Bad Love on Exotic Nexus, he absolutely captivated us with his plays on that race, and doing so similarly now in this map, able to reign supreme. 5-1 already for him. Say them with respect, they look to sort of set us up for an amazing map 3 going in. For Rebellious, it's all about Strokey, because not only did he pick up MVP in map 1 and map 2, but he's now on this Sage, a very controversial pick because it can really go either way. The Sage can be the primary reason a team wins the match because of the clutch utilities like the Resurrection, but it can also mean that you're lacking that initiator in the Sova. As you said, those recon balls can be extremely helpful on Haven. We'll have to see if Rebellious Gaming can pull strong. Right now, they're going for a completely spread out playstyle. 2 members peeking down C long, 2 members going for that mid push with just the Cypher in Tchaikovsky looking towards that A-long area. Now the running back will get popped by Rebellious Gaming, and they're going for the push into C. On the back of the running back, it will be Strokey getting the double kill and setting up Rebellious Gaming for success, but Appa gets one return back, and now you can see the Omen ultimate coming out as Wondep gets another clone with one. The Omen ultimate will get denied. 3v2 for Rebellious Gaming, 3v1. Just Nepu left for SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. He will find one in a 1v2 situation now, but he's nowhere near the spike because Tchaikovsky is getting implanted in A.
Spike planted.
Fast rotations coming out from Tchaikovsky, but Nepu, he has that camera in place, and Tchaikovsky, he doesn't know exactly where that camera was at that same position. Tchaikovsky does have the neural tap, doesn't have to use it immediately as he didn't have a body at that fight, but it seems as though Nepu, he did spot out the gun barrel of official Buster, slowly creeping his way forward. He takes the peek, but the spray down is gonna be coming through, and Nepu, he nearly closes it out, but at the same time, it's gonna be Tchaikovsky chiming in with his own headshot, does the jiggle, dodges the headshot, and he's gonna be able to find it all. And the rounds are getting closer bit by bit, and Strokey, being the absolute battle mercy that he actually is, uses all of the contacts made by his teammates to get those 2 kills, making it a 3-2 on the board.
For Rebellious Gaming, this is 3-2 on the scoreline. If they can get to an even stage after this map, it would, after the first half, it would be huge. And for Rebellious Gaming, Strokey leading the charge with 5 kills, even though he's on that stage pick,
Battle mercy.
utilizing the stage as that semi-duelist of sort, able to just dominate his opponents. And you can, as we say a lot of times, right, you can take away the duelist from the player, but you cannot take away the frag. Strokey showing us exactly that. Now Love going for the aggressive push down through sewers. Did get spotted out by the spy cam. He's getting delayed by the Cypher cage. And now with all of Rebellious Gaming looking towards C, Love is going to be in a position where he's not going to find anybody. Offset found one, Clone finds another, and that's going to be a 2-man advantage for Rebellious, looking for an even scoreline for themselves.
Bond catching Clone off guard when he's gonna be jumping down up and down like a bunny. Tchaikovsky, though, he answers back with his own headshot, being able to take one on the Love, knows exactly where his Clone is. Nepu and Tchaikovsky spraying off against one another, but Nepu's shots, he's gonna be rated supreme, and Nepu, he finds a kill on the Tchaikovsky. Bond and Nepu in 1 versus 3 scenario, 1 versus 2 versus 3 scenario, make it a 1v3 for the side of Nepu, and he's opting to go in for a save probably. Thoughts of the gun of Strokey, but Strokey coming in with a fast peek, is able to get the 1-up against Nepu, taking him out. And ladies and gentlemen, it's another round on the board for the side of Rebellious. Their executions, their rotations are just so pristine. And this Sage, I believe that they're using it much more for the stalling potential when they're trying to go into a site. And Sage being one of the few characters that if you have extremely good aim on her, you can make full use of her. Them using the wall boost, in some of the situations I have seen a wall not really go in for a lot of the boost playstyles. They're actually using it to block off a sideline so that even if they go down one player, they don't have to worry about one of the angles being watched, so they can watch the other angles and play it a much more different scenario in comparison to their peers.
Yeah, it's all about like using that Sage on Strokey. As you said, if you have that good aim, then you're able to constantly just deny one particular side using your utility and then be able to cover another angle with your pristine aim. Now going for the C execute is going to be Nepu finding the 1 tap, and it's a trade going forward for either team's 4v4 situation. The Raze ultimate did come through, but it's not going to mean any kills translated. The Cypher ultimate will come for Slay Them though, and that's going to reveal all the positions of Rebellious Gaming. Now the rotations for Slay Them have come through, but Rebellious, they can use this chance to try and go for their own. But with the spike drop towards C long, this round seems like much more comfortable for Rebellious Gaming. And for Slay Them with Respect and Rebellious Gaming, they need to find some sort of aggressive push in to be able to pull it back. Tchaikovsky, now he finds one, but with the trap fire set up, Slay Them, they're refusing to give up any ground, playing it extremely defensive, extremely slow.
Playing it slow, but it's gonna be Nepu going in for the shots. It's not gonna be able to connect, but Love, he's answering back with his own headshots. Love! What is that? He takes out 2, he has only a 7-8 feet. Clone coming in from the garage side, catches him off guard, but that was a showing coming out from the side of Love. He makes that flick shot so quick and so clean that we didn't even see it on the monitor. That is how fast these players are. That is how talented these players are. Even when it comes to these eco rounds, they're gonna be doing massive amounts of damage to the entirety of Rebellious Gaming. Look at Love. Look at this flick shot. He just takes him out 1, 2, left, right, and center. But at the end of it all, it's going to be Rebellious taking it to a 4-3 for that score. And it's going to be a huge momentum shift as well for the side of Rebellious, because now they have a lot of money to work with. And even if they lose this round, they're going to be going into the next round looking pretty.
Now, Rebellious Gaming with the lead, but Love finding that first blood onto Buster, meaning it's a Slay Them with the lead. But the wall will come out, and so will the Resurrection. Denied for Rebellious Gaming. The Pain Grenade will come out to try and deny the Resurrection, but Buster able to bunny hop in time, meaning he's getting the heal from Strokey, and Strokey single-handedly will get Buster out of that situation. To not make it an advantage for Slay Them will mean advantage for neither team in a 5v5 situation. Now, Clone going for the aggressive push into the garage window will find will find Bond right there, get taken down. Love will take down Buster once again, and while Khan finds a return, Nepu right there to back him up, find his own. They Slay Them Respect, they're refusing to give up. They're looking for their own kills back, and I have to say Love on this race has been absolutely phenomenal and instrumental to Slay Them. This looks like a comfortable round to make it even on the scoreline.
Just as I said before, this round probably going to be going in their favor, but Tchaikovsky, he's able to take one onto Nepo, but still it's going to be a tall order, and it seems like from the heavens above, Bondev, you should have had it! Tchaikovsky's also like, how the hell did I hit that shot? He looks down on the ground and he's like, where did you just come from? Bondev getting caught off guard by Tchaikovsky's fast push does get taken out, leaving him in a 1 versus 2 scenario with the spike still at C long.
10 seconds
left. Away, checking every single angle that he can moving forward, but it's gonna be Love making his way down from the garage side. Tchaikovsky, he just needs to wait it out. He's gonna get hunted down by the last 2 remaining players. One coming up from the wrong side, but it seems as though they're not going to be pushing him. They're going to be saving their guns. The smart play indeed. Tchaikovsky, he is able to take out that gun and save it for himself. But at the same time, I think the economy is going to be hurting for the side of Rebellious.
Let's take a look at the scorecards, see how both the teams are doing, not just in terms of scores, but also in terms of that loadout. For either team, it's a very even stage, right? Both of these teams fighting neck to neck, and it's really the question of which team can find that consistency. As you said, for Rebellious, even though Tchaikovsky able to pick up a gun, he's gonna hand it off to Buster. Rest of their team, they're gonna go for that eco round, and an opportunity for Slay Them With Respect to now take the lead for themselves. But for Rebellious, this is going to be an eco rush coming out. We've seen Love, he's positioned himself in an off angle using the satchel pack. He's going to take down the clone and push through the paint grenade to delay any sort of push coming in from Rebellious. Now with the fire in the hole, the showstopper coming out for Love. He's going to take down one.
My God!
Catch out clone using the audio cues to perfection. Love gets his second and his third. Love single-handedly dominating Rebellious Gaming in this round.
He's killing them with love. That's what the people say, but it's gonna be Card chiming in with his own net shots, being able to take one on the Juve. And this was the equal round, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Rebellious Gaming. So it's not really the end of the world, but Slay With Respect. They have orb control as well coming out from their side. Them taking that orb is gonna allow them to do a lot, and it's gonna be Card fighting all the headshots today, it seems. He's gonna find 2 with that deagle. He's answering back pretty hard himself, coming out from his side. But the spike is gonna be sitting up on that A short angle on Karn. He's just looking out for them exit frag. He's looking out for them
30
guns.
seconds
He's
left.
gonna have enough money in the next round to buy all of his abilities and a full shield if he saves this gun. And he's gonna have a little extra cash in the bank coming out into the next round if they lose it.
Now, you see, Khan, I think he's just gonna go for the plays instead, though. He's pushing in aggressively, gonna get caught out by the flash. He has to spam, and
10 seconds left.
with the headshot anyways. With just 8 seconds left, he's got the spike for himself and has to go for the plant, but Love, he's waiting down at A long for that spike plant. Not enough time, just a second too late will mean that he can't get the spike plant, but gets that 4K for himself, taking down Love. And Khan doing really well to pick up those last 2 kills, hurting the economy of Slay Them With Respect. But Slay Them With Respect playing it extremely patiently on the back of Love's explosive fragging, coming out on top now, taking the lead for themselves. The scoreline now 5-4 in the favor of Slay Them With Respect.
5-4 is the scoreline right now, ladies and gentlemen. But this, of course, was the eco round for the side of Rebellious Gaming. These teams are going so back and forth that losing so many members is going to hurt your economy even further. And Slaything with respect, if they lose this round, it's gonna be all over for them. And it comes in Karm, chiming in with his own headshot, being able to take one on the love. It's gonna be Juven sending up the out drone straight to Garage. Does spot out one. Don't use the Hunter Spirit to take out Clone, but Clone, he's with the massive dances in the backline to dodge it all, and it's gonna be official Buster taking that first takeoff. Bondef uses the running back. He's gonna be able to find one of the Tchaikovsky. Probably knows where Strokey is, but Strokey, he comes in massive from his side, walls off one side to take side control himself. This is a way of taking side control, using the Sage wall, blocking off one sideline, and finding it off. It's gonna be Strokey chiming in with his own shot. He finds a second on his side, and ladies and gentlemen, forcing this into a 2v2 scenario. It's gonna be Strokey forcing it to a 2v1, leaving Appa at 36 HP, and an A-side plan for the side of Rebellious Gaming as they're looking to make it even. Stevens once more sending Slaything with Respect into an equal round.
Will find his third of the round and take down Strokey, and he only has 36 HP. The spike plant has gone down for Rebellious Gaming, and it's up to Khan. He's holding strong from the heaven angle now, looking towards CT, but peeks just 1 second late and will not find Appa right here. Neither player has any knowledge of each other's position, but Appa has a ton of utility to his disposal to use. Can smoke off multiple angles, will instead go for the smoke down long and sewers. Does not know that Khan is at heaven. Khan will find him out and be like, okay, I'll take that round for my team, make it 5v5. But as you said, for me, Strokey in this round coming up huge, using that Sage Wall extremely well to force the duel against Slay Them with Respect towards that one side. And one by one, the members of Slay Them going down to him, and Strokey getting that advantage, followed up by the Omen ultimate coming out from Khan. So now Rebellious Gaming making it even Stevens on the scoreline. This is map 3 of the lower bracket semi-finals too, and both of these teams giving it their all to retain their position in this tournament. They don't want to go out, and that's exactly why we have an equal setting. But now Slay Them with Respect forced onto an eco round of sorts with only Love with that gun. It's going to be a tough round for them. Love will find one, Love will find another, and strays all around 3v3 already, but it's going to be Strokey getting that man advantage for Rebellious, making it 3v2 on the map.
They have the 3v2 on their side, and Love, he's at such little HP. Even though he has a Vandal, he needs to go in for this one taps if he's gonna have any chance of doing what he does best. But Love, he does have the knife out, gets caught, but Clone, he's not gonna be able to hit that shot just yet, and Love, he comes in massive, he's able to fight for another one, leaving Clone alone. Love? Is he gonna be actually able to do it? He gets a 4K, he only has a little bit of HP left, but Tchaikovsky, he's being the sneaky man that he know him to be. He's slowly making his way forward. It's gonna be Love. He does have the showstopper, and he's gonna be going into the post-plant scenario. He needs to go back slowly but surely. It's gonna be Love going in with the ace! 23 HP and a dream! Love, this man is insane! He finds all of those picks, and he finds everything!
Love just popping off in that round, single-handedly destroying all of Rebellious Gaming, and at a 5-5 scoreline before that round, that ace from Love has to shift the tempo in a massive way for Slay Them with Respect, because besides Love, every single member for Slay Them with Respect had the eco round. Only Love able to pick up the Vandals, that too only with the light shield, meaning now Rebellious Gaming goes into a situation where they have to go for the eco. Love once again goes with the aggressive peak, but it's going to be Strokey with the one tap taking him down. Appa finding a kill onto Khan. I mean, it's a 1v1 situation, and now with the Cypher ultimate coming out, they have all the information. Appa will take him down. Appa with his third will find Buster as well, but the resurrection coming out, meaning it's still 3v3. The spike carrier is down, but Strokey able to pick it up, and now it's going to be up to Rebellious Gaming to go for the push. Slay Them, they just need to wait and be patient, because they baited out the Sage ultimate. They're still at an even stage, and they have the guns in their advantage.
Rebellious, they're going to be hurting a lot because Strokey, he needs to try and get this heal off onto Clone at the bare minimum before they execute down onto the side. He has all the time in the world, and he just needs to wait it out. He has the utility as well, so let us see how Strokey uses these slow orbs to give the team the advantage. Strokey does put the heal onto Clone, but this in turn makes a lot of noise, and they know exactly where Rebellious are going to be pushing. It's going to be Strokey making that push up slowly. Note that one person is going to be on the back corner. Bondef does get caught out when he's going to trying to go in for that heal. Strokey uses all of his walls, uses all of his plays, and Strokey is going to be taking the back corner, but it's going to be Nepu chiming in with his own edge. The Nepu with the spray down gets the 3 kills, cleaning it all up, riding on the momentum given by Love on that last round. And it seems as though the metal has been hit, ladies and gentlemen. And Rebellious Gaming, even though had such a dominant fashion in that last set on the map of Bind, they're getting crushed, it seems, when it comes to the map of Haven. And Love, he's at the helm of it all, and his team is riding on that momentum.
Yes, this should
I
do.
mean, he was bad Love in Series 3. Now removing the bad not only from his name, but also from his gameplay, quite literally. Love, 19 kills to his name, dominating that first half for Slay Them With Respect, and just leading the charge for them to be able to pull it back. 7-5 was the scoreline for them. But this second half is where things get really interesting, because generally you'd expect any team to be able to be better in the attacking half, but Slay Them With Respect, they have the double sentinel for themselves. Sorry, Rebellious Gaming, they have the double sentinel for themselves, so they have a chance to be able to push it back in defense. But they didn't get the memo apparently, because they're pushing in aggressively even in their defense, looking for the picks. Now they haven't got caught out anyone just yet, but Buster Tag really knows Strokey will get taken down, flushed out by that grenade. Love finds one, Juin with another, and Slay Them continuing strong with the tempo based off of Love's ace. Slay Them With Respect, now they look completely unstoppable.
It seems as though they're
One
now a
enemy
completely
remaining.
different beast. You know, when you go Super Saiyan, this is basically what happened. They've got absolutely Super Saiyan, and they're gonna be rushing it down. And Love, he's not Super Saiyan 1, he's Super Saiyan 2. He's probably Super
Spike
Saiyan
planted.
Blue at this point. He's just gonna be full on sending it down every single fight wherever he can find. It's gonna be Love, though, trying to find out Tchaikovsky. He's running around, he's trying to see what he can find. But at the same time, in a 1 versus 5 scenario, Tchaikovsky does spot out one, gets the one tap on Nepu, but Love, with that fast jiggle peek, is able to answer back, clean it all up. And another round on the board for the side of Slay Them With Respect. 8-5 is the scoreline moving forward into this next half. And it's gonna be crunch time for the side of Rebellious Gaming.
Right, for Rebellious Gaming, like, they have maybe another round of space to give away, but in this round after this and their next buy round, they have to start pulling it back, because the tempo, the momentum, so significantly in favor of Slay Them With Respect now that it really does feel like you cannot stop them on any regard. Now they have the full buys for themselves. It's going to be Spectres all around, and eco round for Rebellious, so a chance for Slay Them With Respect to take this round in a flawless fashion and just continue putting the pressure, continue to put that pedal on the metal, and force down this win against Rebellious Gaming. They're going for that fast T-side execute, but having got a pick for themselves, having made a bunch of noise, instead they're going to go for the rotation, and now Tchaikovsky is going for the place, will find the headshot with the shorty, picks up the gun, but Appa right there to back up his teammate, will take the kill, and now Slay Them With Respect, it's going to be a quick rotation towards an MTA.
This is just gonna be a fast one, I believe, with all of the guns being in the favor of Slay Them With Respect. Yes, they got a couple of kills. They got that one kill on the Nepu, but that gun,
Spike planted.
I don't know how much this is gonna help in their favor. It's gonna be Love answering back with his fast peaks. And ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though Love, he has so much confidence in himself that he's gonna be able to take a lot of these fights. That's the level of, like, Valorant is a game mainly about confidence. The more confidence you have, the better you're going to be playing, and this forces them into a 2 versus 2 scenario. Team Rebellious Gaming, they do have a chance to take this away. It's going to be Strokey using that wall, making sure he finds what he needs to. The wall has solidified as well. It's going to be Bondev coming in from the back end, but Strokey, he could have probably stuck it down instead. Does get taken down by the hands of Bond F, and that was a really good play coming from the side of Slay Them With Respect, making use of the contact being made by Juven so that they can take positions accordingly, wait for the plays coming out from the side of Rebellious Gaming, then getting the kill on the Buster, then getting the kill on the Strokey. And Strokey, he could have played that round just a little bit better, maybe just holding down, because you know for a fact that they're gonna need to funnel in through one side. You don't need to really go in for the peak. And maybe you could have taken that round off the board.
Yeah, I mean, they could have played that round slightly better, but the fact that they're able to get 3 kills in that eco round does bode well for them, because they do a significant bit of damage, and now it's going to be up to Slay Them With Respect with the slightly disadvantageous guns to try to pull it back. Love goes for the aggressive push down, C Long gets taken down by Khan, but Juven backing his teammate up will find the trade kill, make it 4v4 on the map. Now, Slay Them With Respect, once again, they make a lot of noise and cause a lot of pressure towards C Long, but now going for the rotations towards A. This time though, no unnecessary rotations coming out from Rebellious Gaming, no flanks coming out from Tchaikovsky, meaning that he has the camera ready towards A Long. He knows that all members of Slay Them With Respect towards that site spots out the information, but for me, my eyes are on Appa. You see his position towards mid. He's looking to catch out any rotations from the side of Rebellious Gaming, and that position could be instrumental to Slay Them With Respect. Now, Slay Them With Respect, the way they're positioning, I assume they're going to wait for the dark covers and then go for that fast execute onto A with all members pushing in. Saikovsky, if he can find a couple kills, it would be absolutely humongous.
Sikorsky though does get caught out
30
by Juven on
seconds
the back,
left.
and Appa, he hears the footsteps. He's probably not going to be taking this piece just yet. He's
Spike
actually going to be
planted.
playing for the lurk instead, going in for the backstabs. He's throwing out the dark covers for his team while all of these is happening. Bondep uses the running back to get a kill on the Strogi, and he's going to be able to find it with a fast speed coming out from here side. But Buster, he's able to clean up the clone for just a little while longer, but he is going to be staying safe himself. Both firewalls have been used as well. Buster and Bondep having the same line, but Appa with that flag coming in from the back end is gonna be able to find one and clone. He has Appa's phone number, but gets caught out by the paranoia. And Appa, he's able to clean it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be another round on the board for the side of Slay Them With Respect. They making it a 10-5, and they're looking to close out this map.
Yeah, I mean, that position coming out from Appa, the patience, he's like, I will let the rotations go through because I know for a fact that my team is able to get the spike plant, and then denying with his lurk the retake completely, finds the kill onto Buster, and then using the paranoia to find the kill onto Clone as well, meaning Slay Them With Respect. They're the first team to reach the double digits at 10-5, now looking to push their advantage further. For the side of Rebellious Gaming, having lost that round, they're going to be forced into a situation where they have to eco, and it's a chance to Slay Them With Respect to make it 11-5 and push the advantage even further. Love looking to do just that, will take down his clone in clone, and now Khan finding the return kill onto Love with that ghost headshot, really clean, but Bond and Nepu right there to back themselves up, find two more for Slay Them With Respect, and that's a two-man advantage, and the side control, Slay Them With Respect, they're just dominating Rebellious Gaming in this second half.
remaining.
They're just rushing it down, and it seems as though there is no answer for the entirety of Rebellious. They're trying to find it all, but Buster, he's chiming in with his own headshot. He does fine too at the bare minimum. He's going to be upgrading to a Phantom, but still at this point with the spike already going down, and Juven, he's taking the peak, and he's going to be able to find one onto Buster with his own strafes, being able to take him down. That was an eco round though for the side of Rebellious. Going into the 11th round, it's going to be quite difficult for Rebellious if they drop any more rounds. As of right now, forcing yourself onto a match point, that pressure is going to be real, and this is where you want to stay. This is the scoreline that you want to stay if you're wanting to come back from. It relieves the pressure from your teammates. It doesn't force you into a situation and be like, hey, this do or die, and it allows them to play in a lot more of a clear mind. 11-5 is the scoreline. You have your guns. I want to see some form of a different play coming out from you. And here already we're gonna see that different play coming out with the paint shell coming out onto Juve, and with the slow orb. That was a beautiful execution, but Love, he comes in with his own shots. He's gonna be able to take down one on the Strokey. The Sage is already gone down. You don't have the mid wall at all.
Yeah, that mid wall really missing for Rebellious Gaming. They keep going for the aggressive push down CT. That's something they really don't have to do, and they get caught and pay for it. But so far, they're able to find the trades with those mid push, and they have the man advantage in this round. As you said, it is 11-5. It is their buy round. They need to win this round because losing this round will not just give match point to Slay Them With Respect, but also put Rebellious into a situation where they're not able to afford full loadouts. Now, Slay Them With Respect, they've picked up the spike for themselves, and in this 2v3 situation, it's going to be up to Bond and Appa to try to find a place. Saikovsky, he has the operator, and if he peeks down C-Long now, he will find the kill. Camera will go down, and he knows that players likely towards C-Long will pop the Cypher cage and wait for any sort of push, daring them almost to take that fight against him on that operator. Now with both players stuck left in that cubby in C, it's gonna be up to either of them to try to find that push. The dark covers are going to come through for Appa. He's waiting for his cooldown, biding his time, and waiting for some sort of rotation to come out for Rebellious Gaming. Now with one dark cover towards B-Link, the site is getting hit by Rebellious Gaming, and this op shot misses, and that's going to be a costly miss, but Buster there to back him up, will find one kill. Appa will find another, but Buster there to back Saikovsky up, finds the triple, and will make it 11-6. I thought that op shot missing was just GG, well played for Rebellious Gaming, impressive.
That That was so close, but we know that Buster, he's always there to support his teammates, and he came in at the very last second, being able to find it all down. Tchaikovsky, he is going to be able to get that operator back because of Buster, and he's going to be able to hold strong for just a little while longer, but at the same time, that one miss could have costed them, and it seems as though they're literally on a tightrope right now, Rebellious. If they lose this, they're going to be out of this tournament, and we don't want that. None of us want that. They want to see a huge fight coming out from both of these teams. And hopefully an overtime game. We all love that. And it's going to be Tchaikovsky getting one straight through the smoke with that operator. And this is going to be even out the playing fields just a little bit more. Clone does not yet get spotted out by that owl drone. Checks on the garage side to see what he can find. It's going to be Appa slowly creeping his way through this garage angle. Making the plan, making the noise that he needs to try and get something. It's gonna be Strokey sitting inside of the dark cover. A very dangerous battle mercy, making the rotation shift onto the back end. But Appa, he knows the wall bank lineup. He's gonna be able to find Strokey. He did spot out the gun barrel while Strokey was moving on in. And he does get that kill. It's gonna be Buster in a very aggressive position on this A side, but at the same time, this is gonna be super dangerous as well. Slowly making his way forward. He's gonna be all of the members towards the A side, and Buster, he's gonna be on the grinder soon enough. He doesn't know that there's so many people sitting there. It's gonna be Buster getting that one kill. He's looking for some more. 2 more members right here. Buster gets the second. Buster gets the third. He's taking it all down, and Buster with those headshots.
30
1,
seconds left.
2, and 3, ladies and gentlemen, leaving Appa, the lone member on the lurk, on this B side with the spike sitting down on A short. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Buster comes in massive, and this is why he's one of the best entry fraggers in the entirety of our region.
Well, he's
10
the last
seconds
man
left.
standing, and he doesn't have the spike anywhere near him. So for him, it's all about trying to save this Vandal for his team, and then looking for some exit frags for himself. Will take down the tripwire, and that will mean the location of Appa given away. But Buster, in this off angle, you see the way he positions down in sewers, making sure to tuck his gun in under the wall and not give away his position, able to find that triple kill for himself with 3 back-to-back headshots. Map 1, Buster was really not who we know him to be, but in map 2 and 3, he's really shined, and he's sort of pushing forward his team in this comeback, trying to pull themselves back in this matchup. Now we'll take a quick look at the scorecard, see how both these teams are doing. You see, for 24 kills, 20 kills for Love and Appa, but 13 kills each for Buster and Strokey. Either player is doing extremely well. That's Tchaikovsky, with the operator, will find the kill onto Bond. And what I particularly like is we finally see that B wall coming through for Strokey, really using that stage utility to enable a site and C site stacks for their team. Able to find 2 kills already. It's Rebellious with that 2-man advantage.
Buster using the running back, and Tchaikovsky, of course, with his trusty operator, is going to be able to find a lot of value. But Love, he's going to be chilling out with his buddy Nepu, sitting on that A side. Clone takes down another one coming in from the back end, and Appa, he goes in for the back side to go in for a play. But Karn, he's way too quick with his headshots. He's going to be able to clean it up, leaving Nepu in a 1 versus 5 scenario. In this scenario, I don't really want anyone to die from the side of Rebellious, because you want to get that snowball economy advantage, even if you lose that 1-1, because then you're going to be fighting it out. Nepu, he's going to be probably finding one onto official Buster, but the position has already been known, and it seems as though Clone, he does spot him out. Going to be playing it slow. Clone coming in with the spray, but Nepu, he's just way too quick. He finds another one on the A side. It's going to be Strokey doing the stare down, and with the cyber cage to bait out Strokey just a little bit more to see what he can find. But at the same time, no one's really giving him anything, and Nepu leaving himself in a 1 versus 3 scenario, with everyone playing it so safe. The spike sitting down in mid-window. They're just going to be playing it slow, and Strokey's probably going to getting the first one, but Nepu, he's way too quick. He's able to do a lot of damage to the entirety of Rebellious Gaming. He finds all of the picks, and this is going to hurt them quite a lot.
This round is gonna hurt the economy of Slay Them With Respect, but given the fact that the gun was saved, I think they'll be able to barely afford the loadouts coming in. Yeah, now looking at their credit score, you can see that a couple light shields might come through, but they should be able to afford the full buys. But this is the last round where they can afford to do that. And at 11 to 8,
this is
if they're not able to pull back this round, Rebellious Gaming now on a 3-round win streak will be able to just sort of snowball their comeback and pull us back potentially into an overtime. For now though, it's still Slay Them With Respect with a significant cushion and Slay Them With Respect with the ball still in their court, but Rebellious Gaming fighting back and fighting back strong. Once again, the B-ball will come out, and for me, I think what Slay Them With Respect really need to do is force down that B-wall and then look for the plays to really put the question of a B-side push back into play, and then look for the mind games with Rebellious Gaming. They do just that. They take down the wall, and now they're stepping back a little bit, going for that A push. Now Khan, he was peeking down that angle, but now he's gonna take a step back and just go back into sight, perhaps getting that spidey sense of a bit of 5 members coming down his scope line. Does not want to risk anything, because at this stage, Rebellious, they're at the brink of their loss. They cannot afford to make any mistakes, and they're doing just that. Now the dark covers will come out, so will the information for the side of Rebellious Gaming of this A-side push coming in from the Slay Them With Respect. The Omen ultimate coming out towards Heaven hasn't been spotted out just yet, and both the Omens in. The Appa with the Omen ultimate is towards Hell, and it will mean that now Slay Them With Respect able to get the spike side control and get the spike planted. It's gonna be up to Rebellious Gaming on this spike.
They do have the potential on their side, but it's going to be Bondef with the hyper-aggressive pick, with the runner back being able to take that first one. And it's going to be official Buster making his entryway, busting down all them doors. He's going to go in and he gets one on the Alpha. Bondef in such a bad scenario. The official Buster with a spray down. He takes out 3. Strokey uses the resurrection to make it even more evens on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Tchaikovsky, he takes out 1, but it's going to be Nepu coming up slowly. He goes in for the spray down, but everyone's spraying down through the smokes. Nepu, he wants to get that kill on a Strokey, but Rebellious Gaming is like, nope, you ain't touching our battle sage. This is our sage, and we are gonna be protecting her down. The spike has been defused for the side of Rebellious Gaming, and they're gonna be winning round after round after round, taking it to an 11 and 9. They have found their mojo on this defensive half.
This gaming, as you said, they found their mojo, they settled into their groove, and now on this 4-round win streak, they're pushing forward for their comeback and pushing forward strong. I think for me, the biggest thing I like to see is that mid wall coming out time and time again, challenging Slay Them With Respect to find their answer to it, and now Tchaikovsky going for the aggressive peek down into Garage and finding that quick scope onto Juwin will mean it's once again Rebellious Gaming with the advantage. Buster whiffs a couple shots though, and Love able to take him down, but Clone right there to back his teammate up will find the return kill, and it's Rebellious Gaming with a 1-man advantage. But Slay Them With Respect, they have the opportunity to try to use their ultimates, try to use the neural theft, and then look on the basis of a rotation. Now, they're waiting for this wall to expire, but Strokey, he already knows he's waiting just here, and he might catch out the entire team of Slay Them With Respect.
He's going to be going in for the peak. He's not opting to go in for anything. Knows for a fact that he does spot out one Strokey with an expert crosser plays, but he finds 1, he finds 2, he finds a third! Strokey coming in one after the next. Beautiful playstyle for him to take those isolated 1v1 spots out one straight through the wall bank. Then comes in Bondef. He didn't know the exact location of Strokey. He thought that he was sitting up in Link somewhere to take out that one remaining member, and then finally he was able to isolate these 1v1 so well. Strokey, he waited it out. And from the side of Slay Them With Respect, I would have expected Nepu to peek immediately with Bondef to take control. But at the same time, that was so well played coming out from the side of Rebellious as well. All of the members playing what they needed to do. They got the information, they got in the quick scopes. And Tchaikovsky, he's just looking so beautiful with the operator today. And I'm pretty sure that we have not seen him in the operator much whatsoever.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky, he's always been the operator player for Rebellious Gaming, but hasn't been on the operator much recently. But shows that he doesn't really care much, because he's able to pick it up in this map and use it to extreme proficiency. Now, Slay Them With Respect, this is their eco round. They went for that eco rush down into Seaside, and they've got the spike planted, but they had to manage this advantage. And now with the runner back coming through Buster, all members of Rebellious pushing in. It's going to be Strokey finding one. One finds the return kill onto Tchaikovsky though, but Strokey will find another. It's going to be up to Nepu to hold it strong from C long. The dark cover has come down, and they're going to go for that side diffuse, and Nepu needs to push in and look for the side planter. But Strokey holding it down through that dark cover, able to find his triple and make it 11 to 11 for both their teams. from 11 to 5, a 6-round win streak coming through for Rebellious Gaming to make it 11 to 11. And I'm just excited because this might be a potential overtime, or this might be Rebellious Gaming taking an 8-round win streak to win the map for themselves, also win the series. We'll have to just see, because right now Rebellious Gaming, they're on a roll, and Slay Them With Respect, given the fact that they ecoed this round, it's all about that next round. The team that can pick up the match point might just end up winning the entire map.
This may just be the momentum shift that Slayden with respect are going to be needing, but this was such a beautifully played round as well by the side of Rebellious. And that they were able to stop such a massive rush really quickly just goes to show that as a team, they're really, really, really in tune once again. They had a rocky start, but they now know exactly what they're going to be doing. And it's going to be a pause timer coming out, probably a tactical pause coming out from both of these teams, trying to figure out what they can do to actually counteract a play style that Rebellious are bringing onto the table. They're playing defensive aggressive. I know it's a very weird term to be aggressive while you're being defensive, but it is a term that we use when a team are playing in such in off angles instead of actually playing in their usual sight lines, being able to catch the opponents off guard. It's what we call a one-off angle, and these one-off angles are working out so well because when you're in this one-off angle, you're going to be exposed to another angle and you're going to be dying. But there's of course the other teammates coming out from the side of Rebellious to hold those other angles so that these one-off angles become power angles instead. And the ability usage is coming out from the entirety of Rebellious Gaming. The combos, all of the utility are so good as well. It's going to be a mid push though coming out from the side of Stadium with respect, trying to get any sort of information that they can, but Clone uses the boom bot, knows for the fact that there's going to be one player gets tagged down a little bit. So Clone with the headshot, Strokey being able to take one on the love, which is the raid boss for their team. Clone coming in massive with one kill of his own on the sideline. It's going to be Bondem running down into the side. He finds two though, and the C side has been completely opened up, and it's going to be a spike plan coming out for the side of State.
Instead, it's going to be the run attack used by Bond. He's going to look to push in towards the CT area, but nobody is there. And Nepu able to find that kill towards Garage, uses neural theft, and now they know the positioning of Rebellious Gaming. The spike plant should go down by Bond F right here, or they might just go for the rotate. No, the spike plant will go down, but with this firewall coming out, Buster will split the site into two and then go for the retake. But I really like this spike plant. They understand with the help of the neural theft that the positioning of Rebellious Gaming is towards the attacker's side spawn, so they plant for the CT angle, and now they're waiting, playing for time as much as possible, and trying to delay, looking to just be extremely calm and extremely cautious. Now Rebellious Gaming, they need to make the moves, and they're going for the defuse. The Molly is coming out to try to deny any sort of push, but Bond will push through the Molly, will find one. And it's gonna be up to Buster to pull off a 1v3. Will fake the defuse, but ends up just being caught off guard. And even though Rebellious Gaming take a 2-man advantage to start off this round, it's Bond F with that 4K, leading strong for Slay Them With Respect, picking up match point for Slay Them With Respect, and shutting down Rebellious Gaming's win streak, and a match point for Slay Them With Respect. Not just match point, but series point for Slay Them With Respect. A chance to make their way onto the lower bracket finals.
There's a lot of Slay Them With Respect in those sentences, and there should be indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Slay Them With Respect, the way that they're playing, they have brought something different down to the table that Rebellious, they're not really able to come out, because this is the adaptation that was required for the side of Slay Them With Respect to adapt so quickly at such a pace that they're not going to be able to find anything. It's going to be Love getting a kill onto Official Buster, Bondev getting a kill on the Clone as well, getting into a 4 versus 2. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Strokey chiming in with his own shot. Be able to find out one. Strokey coming in massive from his side. It's not going to be able to use the Resurrect and leaving poor old Karn in a 1 versus 3 scenario. Hoppa being his clone cleans him up, and that was a Cinderella story coming out for the side of Rebellious. That comeback was beautiful, but at the end of it all, it is gonna be Slay Them With Respect taking this series set, and moving off into the lower bracket finals.
I mean, ever since the Sage nerfs have come through, I've been challenging every single team out there to be able to sort of come out and show me what they've got with this Sage. Because while on the international scene, we've seen people adapt to those nerfs and use Sage as a battle mage of sort, use her as a semi-duelist. We haven't really got to see there in our South Asian community. But Strokey coming out in this match, using that Sage extremely well, setting the stage that any agent can be used well if you have the synergy within the team. But it's Love. Love with 28 kills, 375 ACS, absolutely popping off in this matchup to get Slay them the respect that 13-11 win and move them on to the lower bracket finals. That was a phenomenal end to this series between two extremely close teams. Both teams won their first few maps in a dominant fashion, but map 3, it was extremely close. And we'll take a second to really talk about not just map 3, but the entire series with the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive, for me, like Strokey is one of the players to keep your eye on in future iterations of our tournament, like in Series 5 especially, because he picked up MVP in Map 1 and Map 2, and then displays this selflessness to be able to play the Sage and try to pull off a surprise for his team and try to get the win. They pulled off a 6-round win streak, almost making a comeback, but it was Slay Them with Respect, holding it down strong, getting those last 2 rounds, able to finish it off, and it's going to be Slay Them with Respect, slaying Rebellious Gaming and moving on to the lower bracket finals, and Love on the forefront of that, leading the charge, but the rest of their team definitely to be given kudos to, because players like Bond, players like Appa, Nepu, and Juwin, every single one stepped up to get them this win.
The use of the utility and the setups is instrumental for any really good duelist player. The duelists, yes, of course, they have so much potential to set up their own kills, but at the same time, if your team is not there to back you up, to set you up for these kills, it's going to be nearly impossible. And I'm pretty sure Love had all of the information streamed to him by his entire team. They're all communicating, giving him confidence, giving him morale, cheering him on, and all of these morale is going to be helping you a lot when you're going to be playing in these type of scenarios. Them finding it out and closing out the last 2 rounds just goes to show what they have brought down into the table. And Rebellious Gaming, there is one thing that I have to say when it comes to the Sage pick and the versatility of it. It depends on the agent mix-ups. We saw one thing being the Raze and the Raze and the Sage with the slow orb and the pain shells. Another thing is going to be the wall boost coming out with the help of a Jet. Having a Jet in this lineup would have been a completely different story. Maybe the teams could have gone for something like a double jump wall boost, a double wall boost, and then the Jet can come in from the heaven side, being able to take a lot of off angles. On a lot of these sides, it would have helped them a lot. This Sage pick doesn't really work out like it did before as a staller, but more as a surprise attack instead. And Strokey, I understand that you wanted to go in for the surprise attack, but you played Sage in a very telegraphed way, the way Sage was played before. And seeing that in this scene, it's not really going to be working out as much.
Definitely. I mean, I still have to give props to Rebellious Gaming, because even though they went down in map 1, they dominated map 2 and almost pulled us to overtime in map 3, and doing really well here to finish off their tournament in a fashion where you definitely feel the respect. Like, the teams for both of these teams, like, just playing it absolutely brilliantly on this day. It was just Love with just edges coming out, his ace especially. Love able to clutch out these rounds which never should have gone towards Slay Them with Respect, denying Rebellious that tempo, able to make sure that his team is able to reign supreme. Love, he will be at the forefront of Slay Them with Respect now in the lower bracket finals, and that's absolutely phenomenal for a team that came together this tournament, because even though we've seen Slay Them with Respect in the past, this particular iteration of Slay Them with Respect with Love previously known as Bad Love, sorry about that, and Nepu, this is a team that is very new to this stage, and the fact that this team making it now to the lower bracket finals, it speaks a lot about these players. I'm really excited to see them, and I think one thing is for certain, you can no longer consider them as underdogs, because they proved themselves again and again and again. I'm curious to see how far they can go. For now though, that's gonna be the end of a phenomenal series. But don't worry, it's just the first series of the day. We've got another coming for you in the form of Noble Esports versus Tryouts. And that's an especially interesting storyline because Tryouts, they beat Noble and pushed them to the lower bracket in the first place. But that was without Noble's IGL inside. So we'll have to see in the future. So to catch up with that content, to catch up with that match, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with all your friends a stream of such esports content. Make sure you also check out the link in the description below because Series 5 registration is open, and I'm certainly hoping we get to see players like Strokey, Buster, and all of Rebellious Gaming back in Series 5. For now, we're gonna go set ourselves up, take a small break, catch a breath, and really just collect ourselves for the amazing series to come at 8 p.m. between Noble Esports and Tryouts. And we'll see you there with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. up this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we